Okay, so this actually appeared kind of randomly on, I guess, I wouldn't say recommended to watch. More so, I guess it just kind of popped up for me randomly tonight. I was honestly just playing video games, playing Pokemon on my Switch, was also playing some Dragon Adventures on Roblox, and next thing I know, I see Just a Robot's War with Malware 2023 full log. So I don't know what that really entails. I was not around fully back in 2023. I'm trying to remember what all I was doing in 2023, but quite honestly, I'm sure if I've been through enough trauma throughout 2020, I probably don't remember. Yeah, trauma does a lot to you, and let me just put it simply, my memory is quite shitty in itself, so my memory's just not good at all. I'm sure there was plenty of things going on during 2023 that overshadowed a lot of things that was going on in the art commentary community, which didn't really spark my interest at the time. Only mainly because I think other things were popping off. Shoot, what was happening back in 2023 was, I know the main big topic of the talk was the whole Colleen Ballinger situation and Adam McIntyre, and then other situations that was going on. But shoot, I mean, let me just be frank. I don't know what has gone on in the art commentary community. Only just to be honest, because I'm not really as invested in the art commentary community as much as I used to be when I was a bit younger and when I was more into art. But that's just kind of what happens when you grow up. It's a sad truth, honestly. So anyways. So, with some of that being said, I guess this, I'm hoping, is more of a refresher of what happened in 2023. Maybe to catch me up on further Just a Robot lore, considering, just considering the fact that I have not been on here since 2023. And I'm sure there's a lot more than just CineBear03 that I should place my judgments on when it comes to this individual. Individual doesn't even sound a better a better word to describe them, but we're gonna go with individual. Let's do that. Let's be nice. Anyways, so yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and react to this. Let's do it.
And let's be honest, I can barely remember what happened last week. On June 16th of 2023, just before VidCon, Just a Robot released the thumbnail for his upcoming Spoctor video. A few people, one of which was Mally, thought this thumbnail may cross a bit of a line, and she voiced these concerns on Twitter. 𝗁 would begin demanding some kind of call to discuss this, and as VidCon was coming up, he suggested, in a series of messages, actually meeting up with Mally, something she felt pretty uncomfortable with, especially with the way 𝗁 was.
As would I. Okay, so maybe... I know I read some of the, what's it called? The chat logs from Just a Robot's response and receipts video. It wasn't much of receipts, more just a pain in the neck. But, let me see if this is different, and I think it is. I gotta go back now. And maybe, hopefully I can't go too far back.
robot, and he subsequently began to spiral and lose his mind. In particular, 𝗁 was pretty unhappy that 𝗁𝗏 lent her voice to reading her own tweets in 𝗏𝗏's video. I'm going to include an extended bit of this video here because, frankly, the way he goes at Harley is, I don't know, just kind of revealing.
My brother in Christ.
Okay, so this is interesting. I gotta sip my Dr. Pepper before getting really heavily into this, so give me a whole minute. Okay, let's continue on.
What the f is that thumbnail? I almost saw about 𝗏𝗏 as the next person, but referencing a grown adult meeting up with a child for sex is not the move. Please, I beg, change that text. It's not right to imply such a thing, even unintentionally.
Only for 𝗁 to reply thusly.
Well, I don't call him a P word or a G word at any point in the video. I mean, I put a cupcake next to me when I went to...
Oh, I hate that. Well, I don't call him a P word or a G word at any point in the video. I mean, I put a cupcake next to me when I went over my allegations. Would you like to have a friendly VC about it? No, not really. Here's... I'm sorry. The argument of that is, in my opinion, just kind of stupid, okay? Yes, your character in your thumbnail, and even in my thumbnail, because I kind of clipped your thumbnail. Actually, my editor did that. But, also, love my editor, by the way. Very sweet. But, anyways, like I was saying, the cupcake within that thumbnail, I mean, you don't have text over that that's, like, saying anything on the lines of what you just referenced with 𝗏𝗏. Now, again, I don't know the entirety of the 𝗏𝗏 situation. I remember an old 𝗏𝗏 situation, and that was a whole different situation. I don't know about this one. Maybe somebody can, like, somewhere, maybe in my comment section below. Let me just continue on. I don't remember where it was. Not there. There.
VC about it.
𝗁, no one said that you called 𝗏𝗏 a predator or a groomer in your video. I mean, how could they? Your video wasn't even up yet. The most that this argument does is distract from what 𝗁𝗏 is saying by ultimately strawmanning what she was even arguing by bringing up something that, even if she did have a way to know, wasn't even the topic of conversation. It's at this point that Harley TBS joins the battle.
Hello, little gay people in my phone.
The difference is that your video on your allegations was addressing false allegations, satirizing them in the thumbnail. And at the end of the day, what you do with your brand/rep is your own choice and will only affect you. However, when making a video on 𝗏𝗏, it makes the implication that the allegations against him are much worse and draws a poor equivalency between him and EDP, which could be considered damaging. It's not a good choice to do this thumbnail as such.
Okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with this statement. So, in case the distracting voiceover or the high-pitched voiceover, which, I mean, I'm not, you know, criticizing about it, the fast, you know, the fast reading and stuff, sometimes it does not help me comprehend what it's being told to me, so I have to read it at my own pace just to understand what is being read to me. So I'm gonna kind of take a minute just to read this. That is, I highly agree with that statement right there. There are, like Harley had said and mentioned, that situation and this situation with his thumbnail are two completely different things, in my opinion. It's not, I mean, his allegations were of him, you know, addressing those allegations. This, however, is something very completely different. as in just straight up damaging to a person. And not... Do I even need to say anything else other than the stupidity of this human? Actually, not even human, our fucking robot. And I thought robots were supposed to be, were supposed to have some smarts. I guess this one did not have that programming within his brain.
In my opinion.
Pretty reasonable and good faith critique on Harley's end there, I would say, and yet, Jas' response would be this.
I mean, if there's one person who knows about thumbnails backfiring, it's you. You're still getting hate over the one you did where you were, I think, 14, maybe 15. This one.
I don't know why you're trying to get a clapback on genuine criticism. This is so immature.
That's not what I was going for. I've never even tried that on you once, to be honest.
Whoa there, cowboy. Seems like we've taken a bit of a leap there.
This would lead to a series of voice messages and demands once again for a VC. While I'm almost certainly missing some minor bits of context, I think that's probably enough setup to get into it. Let's get started with the first voice note.
Hello, Millie Malware. I can tell you're stressed about this situation, and I am too. I've been dealing with 𝗁𝗃𝗃 bullshit on and off for almost...
Fuck. That kind of just flew over my head in like a millisecond. I'm not even gonna go back for that.
anything untrue about you, but I don't remember everything I've said in every single conversation I've been in. But you gave no examples of what I quote-unquote got wrong, so I'll have to take a guess as to what you were referring to. I've been wanting to...
Are you serious? Pardon? Hold up. I know he did not just say he has no idea what what Mally is referring to. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Please, somebody tell me he's joking.
To talk things out in the call with you so things don't get twisted. I'm not gonna lie, when people in the 𝗁𝗃𝗃 say they don't want to get into a call with me, it's because they know it's easier to twist things through text. I would be more than happy to end things with not just you, but everyone. The problem I have with you is that you were in a video with Linlin, adding your credibility to it. A video that, mind you, has 50% as many dislikes as likes. I haven't even responded to that video yet. A video that goes over shit we talked about a month ago. A video that says you can't call yourself a trans ally if you buy a fucking Harry Potter game. I told the truth about you in the comment I made on Twitter. You had a problem with my Spockter thumbnail. I offered to talk things out with you in private. You refused to. I changed it, and then you had a problem with my video that both 𝘂𝗵𝗄𝗏 and 𝗃𝗗𝗄𝗏𝗃 looked over before I uploaded it. I do apologize for the messages I sent to you as we were both going to VidCon. I'm not very good at talking through text, and after 𝘂𝗵𝗄𝗏 pointed it out to me, I see that what I said was inappropriate, and I do apologize for that. That being said, I don't think leaving a comment about you on Twitter and talking to people about what you did on Discord is even close to as bad as giving your credibility to a video that got over 10,000 views. Whichever way you slice it, you threw the first stone. That's something I've never really understood about you 𝗁𝗃𝗃 people. You seem to all really want me to leave you guys alone. Ever since it all started with Geeky Girl Heather.
Here's the thing. Okay, so this is what I've seen when it comes to anything commentary, drama commentary related type of content creators, right? So when you are making a video on somebody else within the community, you're kind of basically challenging them in their own turf. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're personally just going in and you're challenging somebody on their own platform, which, I mean, in this instance, Just a Robot has basically challenged the entire art commentary community, and look how this is flopping right now. Entirely. Just because he was trying to defend somebody that was not, in sense, really good, and had it's just, do I even have to say anything else anymore? Why do I bother?
Lulu and the others, well, they made the first couple of videos on me. In fact, come to think of it, back then I don't think I fought back at all. Doodletones and her friends wanted me to leave them alone, but she made the first video on me. Same with Junkie, Luke, 𝗃𝗄𝗃, and the list goes on. Aside from maybe Daft, Kai, and Omnia.
No one cares.
If you guys want someone to not bother you, well, a good first step is to not attack them first. Crazy concept, I know. I would love to respect your wishes and walk the other way, but that video is still up. I'm still receiving comments and harassment over it. Even if you guys take it down, well, it still happened. People remember it. Maybe I could respond to it, but how much hate would you and Linlin get if I did that? To give you some perspective, I responded to Doodletones roughly over half a decade ago. I was a little guy back then. She's still receiving harassment to this day. And she didn't say every single person who buys a Harry Potter game is a transphobe. I want to make that clear. What are the issues you guys have with me? I did an accent. I don't think buying a video game makes you a bigot. I changed a thumbnail that you guys asked me to, because somehow that thumbnail would have given him a chance to make a comeback even though he no longer had a platform?
That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is that it's damaging his character, which by in definition, that is technically defamation. When you are making a claim about somebody that could possibly like damage their reputation or like cause them to lose a job or anything else that could disrupt their normal day and normal life, that in turn is defamation. I am just stating that this could have landed just a robot in a sticky situation. It's just that's all I was just putting out there. Let's just continue.
And I made EDP jokes about a guy who had the nudes of a 13-year-old on his desk drive. But I guess you do care a lot about this situation. Mal, I understand you're new to being a public figure. Everything you say and do, well, it will be brought up. You're not a small person anymore. What you say has consequences. As much as you guys try to gaslight me saying, Jar, you know you're actually the one in the wrong here. No, I don't. I've been in plenty of dramas before, all of which I've won, and I've heard the same lines over and over and over again. Okay, I won't talk about you, if you won't talk about me. Deal?
Mally responds,
That sounds very unfortunate. Because everybody's now making a bunch of videos on you. How the turns have tabled. This is great. I'm here for it.
oh my god, are you actually trying to intimidate me? Are you serious? Bro, fine. You want your fucking VC? Let's VC. I'm sending this to Lyo for now. If you want him there to mediate to you, or something, I don't mind. But I don't want Lyo talking in your defense during a call. I can't unpack every level of fucking stupid everything you just sent to me was. But trust and believe I am furious and exhausted with you.
My fucking god, I told Leonora what I said, or what I sent. You would twist it into a threat. I fucking called it. Holy fucking shit. Like, all it boils down to is, leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone. Ta-da!
What's the difference? Either way, it still poses as a threat. You leave me alone and I leave you alone. What's the difference? Fuck, I remember some of my exes saying that to me, and what did they do? Not leave me alone. Traumatization. Anyways, let's continue.
Fucking... Jesus Christ. Another day in the 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Jar, you're the only fucking person talking about someone here. I haven't said jack and or shit about you publicly. You're the one that can't keep your mouth shut about me. Saying I don't like you because you were mean to Spoctor, to randos in Senate? Fuck off with your victim party. You want your VC? You can have it. And after that, I don't want to see or hear a peep from you.
Jar, say something?
Hello, hello.
Alright, good. That's better. And now we're just waiting on the old man.
The old man is not coming. It is just me.
Oh, okay, that's alright. Hold on, I didn't see
The
any of the
old man,
convo. Is he all good?
Some
a
stuff
family
happened.
issue.
Yeah, he had a family issue and he needs to be there for his wife tonight. So you're stuck with me.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, no, it's better to take care of his real life stuff.
Gross. Are they in Senate? I've heard some things about Senate, and I'm not impressed. Anyway.
In that case, I told Lyo last night what my plan for the call was, so now I will just have to reiterate it to you guys. Is that all good if I just get started?
Yeah,
sure, and I'll go through my list.
All right, well then, first it's not so much a list, but more the layout of how the call will go. So I wanted to have some structure with this, so here's how it's going to go from my end. I'm going to ask 2 questions to establish a baseline of the conversation, just so we're all on the same page. Then we're going to go over the voice note that you sent to me, seeing as it was, you know, edited and pretty clearly scripted, so I'm assuming that it has a summary of your grievances in there that we can go over.
It wasn't scripted, but everything else. Yeah, I didn't want to send you a voice message. I wanted Leo Convoy to listen to it first.
Right. Okay. Noted. So what I'll do is I'll play sections of the voice note. I'll say sort of my reaction response to it, and then you can follow up with any extra thoughts after that. Then after we've gone through the whole voice note, it's sort of open floor. You can go through whatever list you have. I had a note here about Lyo and Heaton mostly just being here to fact check, interject with relevant questions or remarks, make sure we don't go on too long or get too out of pocket. I also noted that...
All right.
Yep. All right, good. Just wanted to stay on point with that. Is there anything you want to add before we go into that, Jar?
Yes. So that's somewhat of what I was going to say. It's just the one thing I need to bring up because I don't want to have a repeat of the Lin call. 1 question at a time, 2 at most. Just, I don't want to deal with another Gish galloping situation where I get 15 questions and then I go through the list and then everybody's lost. Like, that was painful dealing with that last time. So, like, 1 question at a time, no Gish galloping here.
Okay, well, I have 3 questions. I have 3 questions to start with, and then we're just...
Well, I mean, I was straight to the point. Why does JR have to say everything? Why does he have to talk? He doesn't have to talk, but he talks anyways. And what he does is that he makes you lose your train of thought, just for the heck of it. That's his goal. That's his end goal. He wants to talk so much that you lose your train of thought and you can't even speak. My word, that's his tactic. Beware.
Just gonna go through your voice note to me, so it's less questions and more just addressing things that you brought up. But Heaton will keep us on track, I'm sure.
Yep.
Okay, good. So we get started. All right, question 1. What do you think my issue is here? Like, just baseline, why do you think I'm pissed?
Reasons. Could be my Spoctor video, could be build-up of something.
All right, let me ask the question again. Why do you think I'm pissed now? Like, why do you think this call is happening?
You probably took the voice message wrong. Or you're just frustrated.
No, I think what is happening is the fact that Mally interpreted what you just said to her and based it off of what you were actually fucking saying. Like, don't twist this. Don't twist it into, like, Mally misread what you were trying to say to her. What those 2 instances of your text messages and your voice note implicated sounded threatening. Sounded like an intimidation tactic. Like, stop trying to control the fucking situation. I mean, this is... Stop trying to put things in people's head that makes... that, you know, you're trying to make things into their heads so they comply with what you're saying, and so that you can feel like you're in the right when they're not in the wrong. I think I just confused myself in that sentence. What did I even fucking say? I'm done.
People keep coming to me saying that you're talking mad shit, which That's fine. You can talk your bullshit in private circles. I don't care. I talk mad smack about people I don't like too. But I don't like it when people come to me saying, oh, 𝗁 is publicly saying the reason that you don't like him is because he was mean to 𝗁𝗏𝗏. I have an issue with that for lots of reasons. So before I go any further, let's just make sure we're on the same baseline here. Did you say that?
I don't remember everything I've said. Do you have any evidence? I unfortunately am one of those rare people who don't recall everything they've.
Hi, Dory, how are you? That's all I can think in that situation is, hi, Dory, how are you? Like that fish from Finding Nemo. But I'm not even gonna bother. Just gonna continue on and have my gripes a little bit later. I may say some things a little later. I can't remember in which segment, but I want to get through this voice call and then have my final thoughts.
You've said in every single conversation.
Well, you would have said this, if this is accurate to what I've been told, you would have said this like 2 days ago in a Senate call with multiple people there. So, I ask again, did you say that?
I don't remember. I talked a lot yesterday about a lot of different things. I don't think I said that was the only reason why you don't like me, but I think it was one of the reasons, because that's certainly where it all started.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. Do you believe that's the reason I don't like you?
Perhaps it could be one amongst many.
So you think it would be something that you would say? You're not sitting here going, no, I would never say that about you.
I think it's mincing words at this point. Like, can we just move on to what the actual meat of the art?
No, we absolutely cannot. Sorry, Heaton, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I'm gonna add in here, the reason Mally wants you to answer this question is so that we have the idea that this is not, we want to make sure that this isn't something that is out of character for you to have said, specifically because we want to make sure that the people who are telling us these things are being honest.
You can be honest and wrong. I mean, it was a long conversation. I mean, they probably, game of telephone and all that. One person says one thing, things get mistranslated down the line. So and what I will say, oh, go ahead, Heaton.
I was going to say, so is that an inaccurate assessment of what you thought?
I believe that was what my thumbnail and some of the stuff I said in my 𝗁𝗏𝗏 video is one of the reasons as to why Mally has an issue with me, but I don't think Mally just has an issue with me because I was mean to 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏. I don't think that's something I would say, but it's possible. I don't remember everything I have said. Okay. I certainly didn't record that call.
No, neither did anyone else. So what we're establishing is that this is a thing that you might have said.
I mean, I guess.
And you understand why. Again, another reason I'm trying to get to the bottom of this and establish a baseline of things we can agree on is because if you're going around in public saying that the reason I, and Ponder apparently as well, don't like you is because you were mean to 𝗁𝗏𝗏 is A, just categorically unfucking true, and B, you're publicly spreading that around about me. No.
Wild, okay. Wild. Is that, God, was it, what, I still want to know what the deal was with 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏 at this time. Did something happen back in 2023 with 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏 that I just do not completely know? God, I feel old. God, what was I gonna say? Jeez, I feel sorry for Mally. I mean, shoot. Like, why does it matter? Why does it matter? It's not the fact that somebody is being butthurt about a specific person. It's more so that they're trying to make you see the error of your what you're saying here, of what your thumbnail could have done. That quote-unquote thumbnail could have potentially hurt somebody in a legal sense. I'm putting this in quotations. I'm just saying only because I don't really know if this could have legally hurt 𝗏𝗏𝗏. But the fact that these art commentary community people have decided to give some criticism, valid criticism about your thumbnail, I mean, you asked for the criticism. I don't know what you're trying to say other than the fact that you completely flopped on what you wanted. You decided to be a fucking hypocrite and say that their opinions on this thumbnail was completely fucking bogus in short term. Make it make sense. Just, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
You don't get to do that.
Any evidence?
Oh, so
You
now
literally just
now you're saying it's not true. Really?
No, I said any evidence. No, don't put words in my mouth. I said any evidence.
You literally just said just now that sounds like something you would have said.
Hey, Jar, can I jump in real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so I just want to establish really quickly. You said that.
Sorry,
your
can you just say
primary-
real quick?
Yeah, who is this? What?
This is Professor Dreadlock.
Roommate?
Why are you
What the
interjecting in a
hell?
conversation between Jar and Mal?
What? Who the fuck is this shit right here? Why is he jumping into this fucking conversation? This was supposed to be Mally and JR's fucking conversation. How, like, I mean, of course it was, like, totally under, like, some supervision of a Discord server, whatever. By all means, a Discord server has their own different set of rules and how they deal with their shit. That's fine. But why is there somebody else within the fucking call when it's supposed to be of these two people? What is this?
Because I chose to.
And he's my roommate.
Why does it matter?
My roommates next door too. They don't. That's not what we're.
That's
what we're doing.
This is a little bit
Feel free to
inappropriate.
bring them in, because that's what I'm doing.
No.
No, that's not. The whole point is that that's not appropriate. This isn't between.
We discussed beforehand. We discussed beforehand who's going to be in the call.
Who's the point? Who's the point?
This was never established as a rule.
Yeah, we never established any of that.
Yeah, we established who was going to be here. The people who were asked to be here were the people who were asked to be here.
You established that you were going to be here.
I
didn't
did.
know you were going to be here until we got the group chat started.
That's how we established who's going to be here.
That's how you establish who's going to be here.
But I do not want to silence a black man's voice.
Are you actually fucking kidding me? You know what? Okay, fine. Go ahead. Sorry, Dreadlock, was it? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, Jar, but so okay, here's my issue with this whole situation. It's like you're looking for a direct yes or no answer to one of like 1,000 things that Jar may or may not have said in a Senate call, and the alternative to that, which you followed up directly after with, was, so are you saying that they're honest or not? When, you know, it's very clear that there's many alternatives to that. He could have said something that vaguely implied that someone could have took something he said in an incorrect way. He could have.
That's why we asked him if that was a correct assessment, and it was something he would have said. He said yes.
Right.
That is something he would have said. It does seem like it would be one of the issues.
But but you also asked if, you know, they were being, you've also followed that up with whether or not Jar thinks that these people are being honest or not, as if to establish there's some discord between Jar's statements and other people in Senate for not having a permanent, like, one-to-one communication.
That's not what I said at all. I said I wanted to make sure that the person who came to Mally was giving us correct information. I wanted to see if this was something that had been misconstrued. It was why I asked Jar to clarify, is this something you would have said? Is this something you believe?
You verbatim asked him if those people were being honest or not.
I super didn't.
Well, this is recorded.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go back.
We can go back and listen later. But the point is, I don't remember exactly what I said in that call, but if it got misconstrued that way, if I misspoke or they misunderstood me, no, I do not believe Ponder or Mal, because Ponder didn't like me long before the Spoctor shit even happened.
Sounds like...
Here's my issue. Why the fuck are you in the call?
So, like, that can't be it.
No one likes you now, so I mean, here we are.
And I don't think, oh, they don't like me because I was mean to Spoctor. It doesn't sound like something I would say, but it's possible I did say it. I don't remember everything I've said. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so this is even better. So you're also not willing to clarify on this. You're not willing to say that you did or didn't. You're basically picking a I possibly could have said it and I possibly couldn't have. So I'm going to speculate that you probably did and just don't want to say it.
Same.
Okay.
All right, good. Then we can move on from this question. Correct?
That's all we wanted.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well,
This took way too long for my taste, but in my defense, I probably would have fought for a good hot while on this topic, but to understand Mally's situation and having this fucking this other fourth voice that was not really needed for any fucking circumstance to be here is fucking rude. Just...
I will ask, Dreadlock, could you not interject again, please? We didn't account for another person in this.
They really didn't.
Okay, why not?
What was that fucking sigh for? Ugh.
Because we didn't ask
It's
you
called
to be
etiquette.
here.
I don't care if you asked me to be here or not. This is...
You don't care? Okay, now that's fucking rude. Then there's no point for the fucking call. I'm sorry, but if somebody comes into one of my voice calls uninvited, guess what's gonna fucking happen? I am going to move myself to a different call with said person so I can talk to them privately. It is a private conversation between two people. If you are not asked to be in the fucking conversation, then you are not needed in the conversation. So I don't understand why this third person was here. Make it make sense to me. I don't care by this point. This is actually infuriating me to a level of degree. This is weird as fuck because I'm not in this situation during this time period. But fuck, am I mad.
Is my friend. This is someone I've known for a long time. And these issues are bothering him. So if you have a problem with me, having an interjection, then I would ask why specifically me, because I don't think this would necessarily be the case if it were someone else.
What?
Yes, it would.
Why?
If, for example, off the top of my head, if in the middle of this call, Mally added Sunny to this group chat and asked Sunny to give their input on this as well, I would also ask Sunny not to be here and would kick them from this group chat.
I don't know who this Sunny person is, but what I do know...
It doesn't matter who they are. It's an example.
My point, it doesn't matter who they are. My point is, it doesn't matter
who they are. That matters a lot.
I don't think it does. Sunny is just some...
My guy, you are not invited. I'm sorry to say this, and I'm sorry if this rains on whatever parade that you had going on back then, but if you're not asked to be in a fucking conversation, then don't be in a fucking conversation. You were not specifically asked to be in a call. That is just respect on both parties' terms. I don't know what else to tell you. There was only 3 people within that call. One person was supposed to just moderate the call. And why they didn't kick this third party out, or, well, actually this fourth party, if I'm gonna be technical with it, this fourth party out, I don't know. but I guess it depends whether or not the second person within the call just allows this person to be within the call. This is fucking disgusting. This actually makes me mad.
You've met
The
Sunny
particular
before.
personhood of this Sunny character isn't important. What is important is the relationships we have with the people in these calls. And so far, what I'm seeing is the claim from Molly that she wanted someone in the call who was a true neutral. I think that's bullshit. Like, I don't
I think you're bullshit.
neutral in this call. There was the opportunity for that, but Lio is no longer here. So, as far as I'm concerned, my presence here is simply balancing things out.
Your presence is not balancing out with anyone. Actually, it doesn't balance out with Mally because Mally doesn't fucking know you, you piece of shit.
So, you don't... So, okay. Do you know who I am?
Vaguely. I know some things about...
So then you don't know her, which means you aren't... You're not balancing anything. Your argument is invalid. Case in point, fucking move on.
About you, I'm not going to list them all here right now, if that's what you're asking.
No, what I'm asking is, why do you think I can't be a true neutral, unbiased source here?
Well, so far it's been my experience with you. It seems very clear that you're more empathetic towards your friend's point of view and your friend's position. If you want like an explicit breakdown of every reason why, I could give that, but I don't really see how that's...
Considering that we've asked a single question,
honestly, we're spending so much time being unable to even get through the baseline questions. You're kind of just dragging this out. Can we please just continue?
Oh, I'm dragging it out?
Yes, can we please continue?
Tell you what. How about we continue? Dread, I'll try to handle this myself best I can. I understand Leo Convoy hasn't had an issue with you coming in on the Lin stuff or the Oranges stuff or whatever. But, you can come in every now and then, but let me mainly handle this, please.
Shut the
Let's agree that Heaton and, Dreadlock, how about you two just take a step back, considering Jar and I are both full-ass adults?
Yeah.
I agree with this.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright, wonderful. Moving on. So...
I don't want to be here for 3 hours, like I was with Lin.
Okay, so we kind of veered through the questions that I wanted a little bit at once, which is kind of annoying because originally I was going to ask you what you thought my issue was, why do you think that I dislike you, and then if what I was told was accurate and if you did or did not say that. We kind of covered all of those messily, so if you like, we can just move on to the voice note.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, cool. I will pull it up and share so we can all hear it. One moment.
Wow.
I can tell you're stressed.
God, I'm gonna go to hell. Oh God, I'm dying. This is a sign. I'm going, guys.
Right, just let...
Oh, okay, never mind.
Just let me know. Let me know if you can hear it when it plays.
Okay, hit the play button.
I can tell you're stressed about this situation.
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay, good. I will just restart this clip. Heaton, you can hear as well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I can tell you're stressed about this situation, and I am too. I've been dealing with 𝘁𝗃𝗃 bullshit on and off for almost 10 years now. I can tell.
All right, so my first response to that is, what is this situation exactly? What are you referring to?
So 𝘁𝗃𝗃, as in like the umbrella term, people who use avatars, people in the art community and commentators, like I've been dealing with years ago, I've been dealing with Heather and her group, Junkie, Stories.
All right, let me just cut you off right there because you're answering a question I didn't ask. I asked you, what is this situation?
What?
You said...
I love how Mally is playing kind of lawyer here, where she is redirecting the question, reminding Just a Robot what the question was, so she could get a valid answer.
Situation.
Well, your reactions to me just making a tweet comment about you, kicking me from your Discord, being in a video with Lin, giving your credibility to it, this overwhelming hostility I've been dealing with, and you also know a lot of these people like Oranges, Lin, Harley, and they've been bothering me, and I just kind of want to do my Star Wars videos, man.
Okay.
But like, I don't know who's on whose side. I'm not in your like private
Okay,
Discord.
let me cut this down for you real quick. There isn't a situation. The quote-unquote situation is that I don't like you, and I don't want anything.
That one before.
Damn! Straight to the fucking point. Love it.
Let me finish. I don't like you, and that's it. It doesn't have anything to do with Oranges. It doesn't have anything to do with Lin. I don't know why you're making it like some sides situation. There is no sides. I just don't like you. You said some out-of-pocket shit to me at VidCon. You made me very uncomfortable, and I don't want you in my spaces. That is not a situation, and the idea that you're running around behind the scenes being like, oh, Mally and the entire commentary community is trying to do something to me is fucking wild. I don't know why you're behaving that way, and you need to knock it off.
Okay, real quick.
Yes.
Funny that you started not liking me around the same time everyone else did. Kind of sus timing.
Stop.
Yes, Mally, it's absolutely... No, let me finish. Okay. I let you finish. You let me finish.
That's fair. Go on.
Sorry for raising my voice.
Go on.
I apologize. Like, when you send me messages like, hey, Jar, just saw this, and I want to ask you to just keep away from me, and from me online and offline, I have any desire for public nonsense, especially petty nonsense like this.
Mm-hmm. He is public nonsense.
So I'd appreciate it if you could just be an adult and realize we simply don't get along. Now keep it moving. Like, the entitlement. You're a public figure.
Okay,
and I just said something true about you, and then
No, you're going into a different topic, because you started with, it's funny that you disliked me as soon as everyone else started disliking you. Jar, do you remember what that comment I just sent you was directly after?
After the whole Spoctor...
No, it was after VidCon, when you said some truly out-of-pocket shit about guns and... Jar,
oh my god, you're just gaslighting. You actually don't think that.
Finish. You made me uncomfortable. I made it clear I did not want to see you. That was it.
And I didn't come see you.
Ignoring the fact you were looking for me at VidCon, which was, again, deeply uncomfortable.
He makes people uncomfortable. Actually, he's just made a lot of enemies in the past. Let's see, it's 2025 now. And I guess this stuff has been happening since 2023, and I guess it became more prominent in 2024. So about 2024, I'm just trying to do math, and I don't know. Somebody will correct me on my math, but we'll leave that for the comments.
With Lin, I don't care about your spats with Harley. I could give less of a fuck about your relationship with anyone else in this community. You made me uncomfortable, and I don't like you. It's that simple. Questions?
You uncomfortable? You started it. You came at me with my whole Spoctor thing, telling me to change a fucking joke I made, and then suddenly you didn't want to see me at VidCon. No one wanted to see me at VidCon. You all turned on me at the same time. And I just think this sounds plain. And I think you're making up the whole you made me feel uncomfortable thing because it's an easy out.
And I think you're paranoid. What of it?
You think I'm paranoid?
Yes.
After everything I've dealt with, photoshopping me, hitting on a 13-year-old girl, asking her for nudes and all this other stuff. You think I'm paranoid after everything I've dealt with?
Yes, I do. I don't think
I have a right to be.
I know. I understand that your paranoia comes from a place of, like, experience and trauma. I get that. That's why I mostly let it slide. But there comes a point where your paranoia is just unreasonable. Jar, I am not the people that have harassed you for years. I am not any of these random people you've had spats with before. I just don't want anything to do with you.
Well, if you don't want to have anything to do with me, then why voice comments in a video about me? That's going to put you on my radar for sure.
Would you like to continue to that point in the call? We can go to that if you want.
Sure.
Okay. 1 second.
God, the gall of this man. This child of a man. Ugh. No anymore.
Which segment is it? No, that's Peaches and Liar. And then...
If you guys want someone to not bother you, well, good first step is to not attack them first. Crazy concept, I know. I would love to respect and walk the other way, but that video is still up. I'm still receiving comments and harassment over it. Even if you guys take it down, well, it still happened. People remember it.
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry, did everyone hear that? Hello?
She gave the thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, it all cut out for me for a second there. First of all, I'm not Linlin. I have no say in that video if it's up or down. I didn't script in that video. I did not see anything about that video. Linlin came to me and said, "Hey Mal, do you want to voice tweets that you wrote?" And I said yes. That's the extent of my involvement. Please stop equating me to Linlin. We are not the same person. Yes.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yes,
can I
please.
speak, or is you done? Okay. I'm not saying you and Linlin are the same person. I'm saying you voiced comments in a video and added your credibility to it by being there in that video, and I was just shocked to see that. Like, you just showed up there. Like, I haven't spoken to you because, like, it's a video about me, you're in it, and I'm like, why is this situation still being talked about like a month later? What the hell is going on?
So hold on, are you telling me that it was out of pocket for Linlin to talk about things that you've done in the past?
Why would you come to that conclusion?
Well, I'm asking for clarity.
You guys, with Linlin, she had a direct line to me, and so did you, and so did everyone else, and I could do a response to that video, and I'm tempted to, but I'm trying to
Can you please just stay on point, Jar, and answer the question?
The fact that he's not staying on point makes me angry. I have a problem with people that just talk and talk and talk and talk, and you just lose a point at the conversation. Like, you forget what you're talking about. This, it's infuriating, because you want to get to a fucking point. You are trying to get to a point within the conversation. That's it. Just answer the fucking question. We can move about our day. Am I ever gonna get through this video like I did with my first original video? Probably not.
I asked you I asked for clarity. Do you think it's out of pocket that Linlin made a video about things you've done in the past?
Of course not.
Then what's the issue?
The issue was, they didn't contact me, things were taken out of context, but wait,
Why would they contact you?
Wait. We're going off topic. It's all about Linlin. It's about you accepting to be in that video. So you accepted to be in a video that had really strange...
Let me backtrack then, so we're on the same page. You're saying that... No, your point is... You said that we were getting off topic, right? So let's just reestablish what we're talking about. You're saying that it was out of pocket for me to be in a Linlin video about you. Why is that out of pocket?
Okay, so... when you were in that video, did you just accept to be in it without, like, looking at the script first?
Yeah.
That's wildly irresponsible. You're a YouTuber. You should check these
You can say that.
Why does it matter? If somebody wants to do a collab, it's not any of your business on what they want to do. I mean... Mally expressed that she does not like you. There, end of story. She doesn't have to like you to make the video with somebody else that's making a video about you.
You can say that if you want, except I trusted Linlin's judgment, and I stand by that trust.
And that's assuming if you're telling the truth right there, which I guess I will, but...
Bro, are you fucking for real? Why would I lie?
I don't know. Honestly, with our...
Wow. I just spat at myself right there. I'm eating, like, sushi and chow mein over here while reacting to this video. Like, wow. The fuck? I'm sorry, I see something on the captions. Let me delve in further.
CC people... honestly, with our CC people, it's hard to fucking tell nowadays.
Why? Okay. Stereotyping because you are taking a belief of somebody before you have even met them. Like, you are just... you're just grouping them with a certain viewpoint of these particular group of people that already have a point of view of you. So you're stereotyping this other person, and you're thinking that they're gonna just basically shit all over you. Well, guess what? You just kind of did that yourself now, didn't you? I hate people. That's oh god,
Bruh, I can just drop the DMs if Linlin lets me, if you care that fucking much. But for clarity, no, Linlin did not share anything about the video with me beforehand, not the script, not an early viewing. They said, hey Mal, do you want to voice the tweets you wrote? And I said yes, and that was the extent of it.
Okay, because like that video was just like,
it's fine.
Wow. It's
a fine video.
Like, it already has more dislikes. It already has half this. I haven't even responded to it yet. Like, you really agree with the line, if you buy Harry Potter, you can't call yourself much of an ally?
I believe that's what Linlin believes. And I think Linlin is allowed to say that.
That is horrible PR. Vouch has better PR than that.
I don't work on PR, Jar, nor does my opinion get made by committee. I don't care what other people think. I have my opinion.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay, so yeah, yeah, you were in that fuck, something. Give me a second, something with my eye. Fuck. Okay. Let me just have a drink of water real quick. I don't know everything going behind the scenes. I'm not talking mad shit about, well, I'm talking a little bit about you, but all I said was
oh, so you admit it
so far. Like, the only thing
you fucking admit it, you dumb shit. Oh god.
We know for sure that I've said is you were too afraid to get into a call with me. You had an issue.
Hold on, hot take. I want to see the comments. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'll just. I'm not even gonna read that out loud. I can't read that out loud. Quite the call was so he could use it. Sleepy time calls. Yes. Alright. I'm sorry. I wanted to see the comments. Because this is wild. Wild.
With that, you told me to stop, not contact you publicly or privately. And then you're having an issue with me again. And I find the way you said, like, move along, like, even as an autistic guy, I was like, wow, that's very autistic wording right there. And you can not like me. That's fine. Lots of people don't like me. I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also a public figure. I'm free to speak about you.
You're free to speak about me. You're not free to lie about me.
Never said I was.
Again, that's why we were trying to establish the baseline earlier about what you did or did not say, because if that is what you said, if that is accurate to what you said, that is a lie.
You could have said you believe this to be true as well.
Okay, so
don't manipulate the fucking conversation. Don't manipulate her wording, you motherfucker. Don't you dare manipulate what she had just fucking said. I swear to God.
So you're basically... So you're defending that if you did say that, that's your opinion, so you're allowed to say that.
No, I'm saying that, like, I don't remember what I said. Sonny told you something, but I'm not going around spreading lies about you. At least I don't believe I am, at least last I checked. And, like, looking at this whole situation now, like, it's kind of terminally online, this conversation a bit.
Yeah, it really is, and we did not need to be here, Jar. We're only here because you couldn't shut the fuck up.
We could have settled it all day.
Fuck Mally. I'm gonna go back for that one. Maybe 10 seconds? Let's go there.
Situation now, like, it's kind of terminally online, this conversation a bit.
Yeah, it really is, and we did not need to be here, Jar. We're only here because you couldn't shut the fuck up.
I don't know why we're whispering, but we are. And I hate that JR is doing fucking ASMR. His fucking voice is intolerable for that shit. I'm done. Time for me to get canceled early. I'm kidding.
Reason to settle anything.
Yes,
Again,
we could
I just
have a quick convo done.
Okay, let's say hypothetically I jumped in, I mean, ignoring the fact I was on planes and shit at the time and was busy with life. Let's say I jumped into a call. What is there to settle?
Well, you could have explained it to me, like, oh, here's why I didn't like the thumbnail, really, and I would have been like, oh, okay, I guess I'll change the text, and you would have been like, oh, yeah, cool, here's a suggestion, I would be, like, based, and then it would be over with.
That's basically what happened in the text exchange. Why does that need to be in a VC?
No, what happened in the text exchange is you, told me you made the most non-argument of all time. Jaw, you're just wrong. It's like, what?
Yeah,
okay, that's not an argument.
You were wrong, and I stand by that.
That's not an argument,
It doesn't need to be an argument, it's my opinion.
You weren't even, I was wrong to change it because you didn't even know what me and Harley were talking about, and that's where my issue was.
That is fair. I did come into that conversation thinking you two were arguing about the thumbnail, but instead you were just kind of being a dick, so I did miss the context of that.
You don't know you don't know the full context of me and Harley. But
I don't care. I really don't care, Jar. Again, I don't need.
If you're commenting on things, you should care about them.
No, I don't need to care about your relationship behind the scenes with anyone else. It's not my business. I don't give a shit.
She's not wrong. I mean, shoot, why does Mally have to care about anything that's going on between him and Harley? I need a swig of something stronger. This isn't helping me.
You can be best friends or enemies with whoever the fuck you want. It's none of my business. Shocking concept, I know.
Well, if it's none of your business, then you made it your business when you left that comment.
How?
Because you were
on my thread.
You were in my Twitter section. You were under my thumbnail. You came in. I didn't come to your thread. You came to mine.
But it was responding to my thread. My response to you. It was the thread. We were all there. And that does not make it my business what your relationship with Harley is. Do you understand that?
God, I wish 𝘀𝗵𝗄𝗎 was here. Would have been... Heaton, can you step in a little bit? Because, like...
Step in with what? Like, I'm not here to... She's... Okay.
If I'm out of pocket, Heaton, let me know.
No, what she's trying to ask you is... She admitted just now, and I agree, that she should have paid closer attention to what the conversation between you and Harley was about. She admitted and took the L on that. She said that she didn't pay attention and that was wrong.
Okay.
What she is asking you is, what would getting in a VC about the thumbnail issue solve if it was going to be the exact same conversation, just with your voices instead of in text?
Because I understand things through voice more because I'm dyslexic. It would have been quick and easy, and I can't tell tone through text. I don't think most people can, and I did not know how hostile things were. And since things have escalated, I don't know where things are going.
What are
things?
Wait,
hang on.
Sorry, you're right. Go on.
Yeah, hang on. Also, I am autistic.
And I am dyslexic.
And I have GAD and ADHD. And something else that I am not going to name because I want to leave that private to myself.
Read tone through text. You made a comment earlier about Mally being entitled. You are not entitled to have everyone who doesn't like you hop in a voice call. Mally, if you post...
There we go! Yes! Nail on the head. Yes! Somebody finally says it.
Hang on. Yeah, you did. Because your whole argument...
I'm so happy I'm recording this.
Yeah.
Let me finish my thought. Your comment is she shouldn't have messaged you on Twitter because you misread it. Yes?
No.
Then why is it not okay for her to message you on Twitter, and why should she have gotten into your VC for it then?
Okay, I think you're misunderstanding.
I am. If I am, explain it. That's why I asked.
It's two different conversations. Her saying "Jar, you're just wrong" is misunderstanding. Her first tweet, she left a tweet. I replied with, "Hey, would you like to hop in VC so we can talk this out? Explain it to me better." And then that's when the argument with Harley started. And then she said, "No, Jar, you're just wrong." At no point did I ever say she's entitled to join me.
No, in this call. In this call, you said I was entitled.
Call, you just said she was
entitled. Like a few minutes ago.
Oh, well, yes, she is for not being a public figure, not wanting to be talked about.
Can I interject on that point real quick, because it also does kind of needle at my brain a bit. You keep going on about I'm a public figure, therefore I, have to be held accountable for things that I do and say in public. Is that not just what Lin did to you?
Yeah, I guess you could say, but it was still a garbage way that she did it, and I could easily respond to it. In fact, I'm moving more and more towards that, like, why am I even bothering talking things out in private? I've tried this route before.
Well, first of all, again, I'm not Lin. So I just need to say that real quick. Like, if you're going to start going like, oh, I'm going to do something to Lin, that's not a conversation you have with me.
What?
I'm not Lin.
What?
If you have issue with Lin's videos or something like that, you take that up with Lin, not me.
Yeah, but if you're bringing up Lin's video like, oh, it's perfect, it's fine, it's good, I'm glad I was in it, well, then fine, I'll make a video and show you how wrong you are and, like, why it's a garbage video. But, like, yeah, Lin...
JR, your entire existence is garbage. Degenerate. I honestly dislike this guy. I've never met him, but I strongly dislike him. Amen, let's continue.
Anyone's allowed to talk about me. Anyone's allowed to talk about me. I'm just...
Great, because I'm talking about you now!
trying to do what I can to settle this privately behind the scenes so my crazy rabid fan base doesn't constantly harass them. I don't want to have a...
Do it, I dare them. Come and fight me.
Repeat of the doodle tone situation.
Okay.
Can I jump in?
Sure, Dread.
Okay, so I don't know. I feel like what I'm hearing and seeing is a lot of frustration from both ends, but I think we really need to like kind of recenter things back to this original like Lin video, because we're all public figures.
It doesn't have to go back to the fucking Lin video. Honestly, you're just in the middle of a fucking argument that has nothing to do with you. Because you couldn't fucking shut up.
Here. Like,
I'm sorry, Dread, can I just again, I need to reiterate, I am not Lin. I had no play in what that video was. All I did was voice my tweets in it.
If you voiced your tweets in it, then you had a play in the video.
Okay, no, that's fair. Saying that I was in the video. Yeah, but I didn't have any say in, like, the script of the video. I didn't know what Lin was gonna say. I don't have any power over it posting it, like...
You gave your... Oh, sorry, continue. I didn't mean to. Please continue.
No, it's mostly I'm just saying, like, when Jar starts talking about, like, the contents of the video, there's no point talking about that with me because I have no hand in that. Like, I can't do anything about that.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here's why there is a point in talking about that, a very salient point that is extremely pertinent to this entire conversation. You are a public figure, and you have a set number of followers. You have people who are looking to you, listening to what you have to say, etc., etc. What are they listening to you for? Your voice. You lent that to this video. You lent your credibility to this video, regardless of whether or not you read the parts of the script or didn't read the parts of the script that you claim to or to not have seen. You still lent your voice to that, and you might trust this person in whatever capacity. And this is all assuming that you are telling the truth about this, which we have no evidence either way or not. And I'm not going to be expected to answer, oh, why would I lie? I don't know. I don't share your morals or your values. I'm not going to speak for them. What I am going to say is that you lent your credibility to that video by participating in it in the way you did. And that credibility can be damaged by not doing due diligence to be educated on the topic, which you are claiming you were not fully educated on that.
Although I feel like you're assuming that I'm saying, oh, the video is bad, but it's not my fault. I think Linlin's video is fine.
Why? Why did I? Where did you get that?
Because you're saying like, oh, I'm putting my name on it and all that, and then I'm trying to distance from it and that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming that you think that. Well, I know you think the video is bad, so. That's not, well,
I'm
just trying to establish a baseline here.
Well, okay, well, I disagree with the way.
I'm trying to establish whether or not I can regain my brain cells. No, they're not coming back to me.
That baseline is going. There is some truth to that. I do feel that it probably would be in your benefit to distance yourself from some of the things that were said in that video, especially given everything that's been happening with the community. And I will elaborate on that further, but I'm just trying to establish, before we talk about any foregone conclusions, that you did lend your credence to that video, whether or not you supposedly read the entire script or did not read the entire script. That's what I am trying to establish now.
Okay, no, I can go behind that. I mean, I would say it's still one of those things that, like, I kind of shrug at. I mean, Jar's done the same thing, so it's kind of common in the community to do that, based on if you trust the creator or not, and I do trust Linlin's judgment. I guess my follow-up to that would be, are you also pissed at Susie?
I'm going to have a word with her, but currently she has some health issues from what I've heard, and I'd rather wait on that. And me and Dual Tones, we have butt heads for a while. And I thought Susie's was even more bizarre because when it comes to you, at least you read your own tweets out. With Susie, she was voicing Harley, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how does that connect?
You don't connect.
But, like, when I add my credibility to a video, like whether I collab in it or whatever, I do sometimes get backlash if the creator gets backlash, but usually for that specific video. But I, believe it or not, I've received backlash for things 𝗃𝗍𝗃 has said in a collab I did with him that's now deleted about Mr. Enter. You might have heard of it.
No, and I severely do not care.
It doesn't matter if you care or not. It really doesn't, because at the end of the day...
Okay, you know what? Let's all take a step back. It's this... I'm kind of getting a little tired of these catty attitudes from everybody.
Do you just want to, like, take a pause and I could continue this discussion? I would love to, personally speaking. And
Sorry, I will interject, sorry, Dreadlock, I don't know you, and this call is specifically about me and Jar, so I don't really want to have a debate with you. It's really just about Jar, so I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that.
I'd like to keep on topic so I can eat at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I promise to keep on topic, so...
Well, how about we move on to the next thing? I think wherever we got, I think that's about as far as we'll get.
Okay, one sec, let me see where we're up to. I guess we'll just go through the voice note. That's probably just the easiest way of doing it. Oh yeah, why do you keep calling me 𝗵𝗍𝗪? This is not that important, but like, we're not friends. Don't... You can get my name right. Baseline respect, my guy.
I'm not good with names. It's something I...
You know my name is Mally. We've talked about this in VC. Could you just show some baseline respect?
No, I've heard you say I don't care before, but for sure I'll try to get it right from here on out. But I know before you said you didn't really mind.
Yes, because we were on friendly terms.
She says to call her 𝗲𝗟 Malware You fucking call her that. Dumb fucking idiot. Respect a person. Apparently, JR doesn't know fucking respect.
It was like a nickname. We are no longer on friendly terms. Please stick to my actual name. Okay. Oh, it's not playing. 1 second.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh. Yeah, it died. 1 moment.
Hello, 𝗁𝗡.
Crashed on us. Okay, there we go.
Okay, hang on. Let me click on the stream. Loading. Okay, now it's loaded.
Alright, cool.
You're stressed about this situation, and I am too. I've been dealing with 𝘁𝗃𝗃 bullshit on and off for almost 10 years now. I don't think I said anything untrue about you, but I don't remember everything I've said in every single conversation I've been in. But you gave no examples of what I quote-unquote got wrong, so I'll have to take a guess as to what you were referring to. I've been wanting to talk things out in a call with you so things don't get twisted. I'm not gonna lie, when people in the 𝘁𝗃𝗃 say they don't want to get into a call with me, it's because they know it's easier to twist things through text. I would be more than happy to end things with not just you, but everyone. The problem I have with you is that you were in a video with 𝗁𝗁, adding your credibility to it. A video that, mind you, has 50% as many dislikes as likes.
I mean, this is really not that important, but that's just not true, so I don't know why you said it.
Wait,
maybe you
hang on,
think that,
hang on.
but...
Is it alright if I send you a screenshot?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Because I can actually prove this.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think it fucking matters. Mally was proving something, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't understand. Why is this a human being? How is he fucking alive? I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Hang on. Oops. Nope, I don't want to save this. I just want to copy it. So I have a browser extender that shows me the dislikes, and 346 is more than 50% of 575.
Oh, hold on 1 second, because we actually have 𝗁𝗁's thing here. Let's see. When was that you... Are you looking at it now?
Just now. Yeah, that's the most recent one I got.
Alright, 1 moment. God, there's so many photos to sort through. It's so annoying. While I'm looking for this, could you just explain to me why the thing matters? Or is it just a jab? Like,
I haven't even responded to it, and people already can tell it's a bad video, and I've already had a call with 𝗁𝗁 about this. Like, point by point we went over. She didn't really correct that much in the pinned comment, but whatever. She's underage in a small channel, and if I'm going to respond, I'm going to wait a little bit, because I don't want to attack someone who's underage and into it, thinking it's bad, but like, I want to handle this as peacefully and as privately.
Why does it matter? Oh, I'm sorry, JR, for hurting your 𝗁𝗶𝗃𝗄s, because I'm giving valid fucking criticism over your fucking existence. My god, grow up. People have criticisms with other people all the fucking time, but you know what? It's whatever.
Behind the scenes as I can, because I've dealt with so much public drama, and I'm trying a new strategy this time around.
okay, so just to circle back to the original question, why you brought it up. So I should, again, as I've said, my opinion isn't based on committee, so I don't particularly care what the dislike to like ratio is. Just letting you know, because that's, again, that's just our value is different.
Okay, my point is, me have more subs, more people agree with me, right? My point is if I responded, it would be a lot worse. And if it's this bad already without me even saying anything, I can't imagine how bad it would get if I said something. Like, I have dual tones has been harassed by my fan base for years. I don't want to put someone through that again. Eventually I might need to go chapter 1, but I want to avoid that as much as I can.
Okay. I've just asked Lillian if they can send me the like to dislike ratio as it is currently. I'm not going to get off you too much on math about that, but that is not more than half. But I'm bad at math too, so.
Okay. I'm very good at math, and I said 50% as many dislikes, over 50% as many. That's not saying it's 50% likes, 50% dislikes. I said 50% as many dislikes. Maybe I worded that weirdly, but like,
sorry, are you saying that the majority of the video is dislikes or a little less than 50% is dislikes?
A little, okay. Take the likes, cut it in half, and a little bit more of what the likes would be. A little bit more than half of it is how many dislikes there are, and I haven't even responded to it yet. I understand I worded that bizarrely, but there's not more dislikes. There's not, or I'm not trying to say that, I'm just saying, take the likes, cut it in half, and I did the math on this, although they recently changed a little bit, as like to dislikes ratios tend to do, but I'm not trying to say, oh, it has a lot of dislikes, therefore bad video. I mean,
you're saying it could be worse.
Video. If I responded to it, yes.
Right, okay.
If it's getting this much hate and I haven't even responded to it yet.
Okay, right. I'll wait until Linlin gives that screenshot back to me and we'll continue with the audio.
I haven't even read a video that goes over shit we talked about a month ago.
Again, we kind of covered this earlier, but bringing up this happened a month ago is kind of strange to me. You're a commentator. You bring up things that people have done publicly months to years ago. We had this same conversation with that creepy reading earlier this year. I don't know why you would bring that up. Do you want to explain why you would bring that up?
I thought we already went over this in the call already, but we can again if you want to. When you say
we, who do you mean?
I mean me and you. Like I remember this.
We did not have a call.
Yeah. No. This call now. Like didn't we talk about this earlier? Like we were talking about.
I'm just trying to ask again for clarity because we all got very heated. So this is kind of like a fresh run through, just calmly saying what you meant.
So, again, I'll repeat what I said again. Wait, first let me ask, are you done anything else or can I answer? I just don't want to cut you off.
No, I asked you a question. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me just take a drink of water again. Fuck, where did the water bottle go?
I'll just send.
God, why was that so hard to get my hand to my mic? I'll just send a lifeline to Mally. I'll give Mally a lifeline here. Here's my lifeline. Take it. Take it, please. Take this health pack. You need it. You're down on the count. You're going down. Here's a revive. Something. Shoot.
Send the image that Linlin sent me.
Oh my god, you drank it all. Yeah. Fucking dread. That's the last one. Okay, I have a buy here.
Alright. Linlin's just sent us the updated screenshot. So about 80% like ratio.
Huh. When was that and that was
today.
Recent? That can only mean one thing.
Cheers.
The browser extender I have on my computer is wrong.
Is the screenshot you took from today?
Yes.
Okay.
Is hers from today?
Yes. Or at least I have asked the one for today.
Well, it seems that it's correct. The likes are the same, so the dislikes are different. Oh, I'll need to update my... The problem is YouTube hides it and the browser extension is only so good.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, I mean, anyway, we kind of covered... I mostly just wanted to know why you brought that up and you've already answered that, so that's fine.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so as I was talking about, to go through it, that you are allowed to talk about things I did a month ago. It was strange. That doesn't mean she can't do it or it's bad, but I also thought Linlin, I really helped her out growing, and I was like, wow, why didn't you contact about me, ask me about this? And
all right, I'm about to say something that's a little bit cruel, but I feel it's appropriate. thank you for getting my career off the ground, junkie. Time, like, you understand what I'm referencing, right?
Yeah, the difference is Spoctor was trying to say, oh, junkie can do whatever they want to Heaton. It was just many white lies. And with me, I said, I'm just saying, wow, why couldn't you just like hit me up or ask me about this in private?
So you think that because
I think the situations are wildly different.
Okay.
The comparison you're making.
All right, let me again correct him if I'm wrong, so I'm trying to clarify. You think that because you and Lin previously had been on good terms, that Lin owed you special treatment?
I'm not saying that. That's a wildly
Okay, let me rephrase. You thought because previously you and Lin were on good terms, Lin should have reached out to you before critiquing you publicly?
Perhaps. I'm not saying she has to. Again, I didn't do it with Daft.
Okay, well, instead of me rephrasing, can you say what you mean?
I'm not saying they're obligated. I'm just saying I would have preferred it. I think you're looking too deeply into this. All I'm saying is stuff we went over already a month ago. That's all I'm saying in this. I think it's being looked into way too deeply here.
Okay, again, you're a public figure. If Lin wants to discuss things that you've done publicly, I assume you as a commentator understand that's you know, within our bounds.
Never said it wasn't.
Okay, then why is it strange that Lin talked about something from months ago?
Well, it was strange what I did to Daft, and it wasn't strange that she talked about it from months ago. All I said is stuff we talked about from a month ago. It is strange that it was brought up, don't get me wrong. Like, I thought this situation was dead, but that's it. Just, that's kind of weird. It's not like a huge deal. I'm not saying she can't do it. I'm just like, that's kind of weird. It's like a chicken wearing a hat.
You say that as if it's benign, but you bring it up in your voice memo to me as a negative.
And?
Okay, so we're just going to agree that you think it's a negative thing?
No, I think I'm just going to say I just said it was strange and not in a negative way, just that it was strange, and leave it at that.
Alright, okay. Next, moving on.
Video that says, you can't call yourself a trans ally if you buy a fucking Harry Potter game. I told the truth about you in the comment I made on Twitter. You had a problem with my Spoctor thumbnail. I offered to talk things out with you in private. You refused to. I changed it, and then you had a problem with my video that both 𝘂𝗵𝗄𝗎 and 𝗃𝗄𝗃𝗍 looked over before I uploaded it.
Alright, two things here. First of all, which Twitter comment are you referring to?
I'll grab it.
Thank you. I actually have one up that I believe might be the one you're talking about, and I can quote to you. Is it the, oh shit, I hope you're not going to be afraid to get in call with me now?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Where in that comment did you say any of the things that you just said in that voice note?
I'm confused.
I'll play it again for you.
Okay.
Call yourself a trans ally if you buy a fucking Harry Potter game. I told the truth about you in the comment I made on Twitter. You had a problem with my Spoctor thumbnail. I offered to talk things out with you in private. You refused to. I changed it and...
Oh god, what happened? Jesus.
Hey! So,
Oh,
just to
God.
give some context for all of this, because it occurred back in 2023, and let's be honest, I can barely remember.
Stuff we talked that it was strange, and leave it at that.
Alright, okay. Next, moving on.
Video that says, you can't call yourself a trans ally if you buy a fucking Harry Potter game. I told the truth about you in the comment I made on Twitter. You had a problem with my Spoctor thumbnail. I offered to talk things out with you in private. You refused to. I changed it, and then you had a problem with my video that both 𝘂𝗵𝗄𝗎 and 𝘃𝗵𝗁𝗎 looked over before I uploaded it.
Alright, two things here. First of all, which Twitter comment are you referring to?
I'll grab it.
Thank you. I actually have one up that I believe might be the one you're talking about, and I can quote to you. Is it the, oh shit, I hope you're not going to be afraid to get in call with me now?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Where in that comment did you say any of the things that you just said in that voice note?
I'm confused.
I'll play it again for you.
Okay.
Call yourself a trans ally if you buy a fucking Harry Potter game. I told the truth about you in the comment I made on Twitter. You had a problem with my Spoctor thumbnail. I offered to talk things out with you in private. You refused to. I changed it, and then you had a problem with my video that both 𝘂𝗵𝗄𝗎 and 𝘃𝗵𝗁𝗎 looked over before I uploaded it.
Alright, so can I just assume that was poorly worded on your part and you weren't saying that was what the comment said?
suppose so. I can understand where the miscommunication can come in.
Well, is that what you meant? Or were you saying that was what your comment was telling the truth about?
That is what I meant when I also what my comment was telling the truth about. When I was talking about the truth when it came to the stalker thing, that was the situation that I was referring to in that Twitter comment, and whatever else.
Okay, but just so we're clear, the comment you left doesn't say anything about those situations. If someone read that comment, they would not then get all the information you just shared in that voice note. They would just get, oh, you're afraid to VC with him. So you understand that?
Just a fair moment tweet I made responding to Leo Convoy just because of what happened to his. I forgot exactly what I was responding to. I think something of his made it say that he was malware. I'm calling malware, or something. I don't exactly remember what that was left on. Something like that.
Yeah, so it was a YouTube glitch that swapped out like banners and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next part of this voice note that, again, I have to come back to. Why do you keep telling me that Rosie and Lio approved of your video?
Because they did. I don't know. Like, I went... The thing is, I went...
Why does it matter? Why does any of this matter? I still lose brain cells every day, and JR makes me lose a ton more brain cells. I'm in the negatives now, people.
Okay, hang on. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry, the fan was acting up. I'm trying to fix it. There we go.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Okay. When it comes to Leo and Peaches, is that I'm not a predator hunter like they are. They seem to, well, I guess you couldn't call them that either, but maybe you could, depends on who you ask. They seem more experienced with it. And I'm saying I went to them to look it over since they had more experience with this than me, and I asked them about the thumbnail if it was okay, and they said yes, so I didn't just like make this and think it was okay to post. I asked both Leo and Peaches. Peaches said, oh, well, you make cupcake jokes all the time, so I was desensitized to it. When it comes to Leo Convoy, he claims he didn't look at the thumbnail when I sent it to him. So that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up, that I went to people to check over it. I didn't just post it willy-nilly.
Okay, and that's really good that you go to people to get their feedback. But my question to that, because this tends to be your immediate response whenever I have critiqued anything to do with the thumbnail or the video, is to say that Lio and Peaches approve of it. Why would I care?
I thought you were close to those two.
I am friends with them, but we do not share a brain cell. Again, my opinion is not based on committee. I don't care if Lio and Peaches like it.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I don't. So why do you keep telling me someone else's opinion?
You want to take this one, Dread?
So, okay, here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter if
Get out of this fucking argument, you dumb shit.
your opinion is or isn't based in committee by your own claim or not. You associate with people, you enter into communities. It is completely fair game to question whether or not you are being influenced by these people, or to bring up the possibility that you are.
Dreadlock, I think you're a little bit confused on what we're talking about. Jar is telling me that Lio and Peaches like something that he made as a means of defending the thing that he made. Why should that matter to me?
Why should it matter to you personally?
Yes.
Because this entire conversation, we have been playing with the theme of...
This entire conversation does not revolve around you, you stupid fuck. Why are you still in this fucking conversation? You make me fucking angry.
Of how accountable someone is or isn't for what they said or may not have said, or their interactions with their community, or the discussions they're in. So Jar explaining to you that he went and spoke to Hopeless Peaches and Lio Convoy, two people of which you respect deeply, is pertinent to this conversation.
Okay.
Sorry, you go ahead, Hayden.
I was going to say, I would like to add on a secondary point. Mally, when you found out that Peaches and Lio approved of the thumbnail, did you tell them that you didn't approve of it also?
Yes.
So when you found out that they approved of it, you went...
But why does it matter? Okay, We're taking opinions from other people. Great. Okay, one person can agree with something else, and another person can disagree with another point. We're not doing this. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. Everyone can have their own fucking opinions. What kind of fucking world is this?
Went to them with your displeasure about it as well.
No, I went to Peaches and Lyle after 𝗁 told me to go to them about the video. The only reason I did go to them was because I wanted to clarify if they did actually approve of it, because I only had 𝗁's word to go off, so I thought, oh, well, I better go and ask them if that is accurate.
Smart.
Yes. But I don't particularly care if they do or don't, because, like, they can have their opinion about the video. It doesn't make me like it or dislike it in any particular direction.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I feel, Dread, you're, maybe missing the forest for the trees here a little bit. My question isn't...
Okay, if you feel that.
Well, no, I'm trying to clarify so we're on the same page, because I'm not sure that we're on the same wavelength here. My question is, why should someone else's approval of something I don't like matter to me?
Because you're a public figure, and so are those people, and also the opinion of the public is, very pertinent to these topics. If we're talking about, and the charges in the video were meant, of course, you claim you didn't know about all of them, so
well, this is before the video came out. This is just the thumbnail. Then later on, the video came out.
Okay, the thumbnail, right? Okay, so
yeah.
The entire issue regarding the thumbnail is how people will supposedly perceive it, and at least the issue that was brought up by others was that people may perceive it supposedly in a way that would be disingenuous to what happened, and also that 𝗏𝗏 could, in some theoretical future, use the thumbnail as a springboard to create a narration around his actions and the events that happened regarding him and the entire 𝗏𝗏 situation.
Okay, again, forest, trees, let me maybe rephrase this so that we're a bit clearer on what I'm actually asking. So let's say, for example, I don't know, 𝗁, what movie do you like?
I just saw 𝗃𝗃 again. I greatly enjoy that movie.
Okay, let's use that one. Let's say 𝗁 says, I like 𝗃𝗃, and I say, wow, I fucking hate 𝗃𝗃. And then 𝗁 comes back to me and says, well, Lyle and Peaches said that 𝗃𝗃 is good. Should that sway my opinion?
Are we talking about movies or accusations of pedophilia? I'm confused. What are we talking about right now?
See, that's why I thought you might be a little confused. I'm talking about one's own opinion. It doesn't matter what the source of that is.
Opinions about what? Because it does matter. It matters a lot.
Well,
Okay,
no, it doesn't.
Let me explain. I think correct.
Yes.
I guess so. I don't speak in the fallacy shorthand, but yes.
I know what he means, and yes, that's what she's saying.
Okay, well, I'm not... Whether, Leo... It's not just that, like, the majority agree with me or disagree with me. It's just there are two people who did look over the video to check for mistakes. So I believe that if I'm at fault here for anything in the video, they should also be partially at fault.
Absolutely not. It's your video. The buck ends with you. Other people can like it. They can approve of it. It's still your video.
She was speaking.
Yeah, excuse me.
All right, go on.
Okay. Whew. Okay. Yes, leadership, first rule of leadership, everything is your fault. I will take the butt end of it, just like I did in the Toby drama when it came to that whole situation, because I was the main guy who made the video. That's understandable. I'm just saying, I was careful with this. I had them look it over. I'm not, and they should also, I'm not saying, and here's the thing, I think my 𝗏𝗏 video is fine. I think the thumbnail is fine, but I decided to be nice and change the thumbnail, and I do regret that decision, because I feel like every time I give people what they want, it give them an inch, ask for a mile. And I think this whole thing is a little silly because it's like, oh, it's a cupcake joke, and we're talking about fallacy ad populum, but then we're also saying, oh, but people who see that thumbnail might come to this conclusion. But what if I was just like you and said, I don't give a fuck what the public thinks? I mean, as
I would
public
respect
figures,
that
we
more.
need to get...
Can I? Okay.
Wait, whoa. If you thought I was trying to trick people into believing someone was a pedo, you would have respected that more?
Well, first of all, I don't think that's what you were trying to do. Just so we're clear on that. I think I would just respect you more if you stood by any of your opinions.
Any?
Well, if I may be frank, 𝗂, you do tend to do things based on whoever is on your side. I mean, by your own, let's go back in history a little bit here. You made a video against 𝗃eches because you were scared of what would happen to you if you were seen to be disagreeing with the masses. You have a track record of just bending over. And I don't really respect that.
I went up against 𝗊𝗶𝗃𝗃, 𝗃𝗃, Prismate Luke. It took me
afterwards.
Afterwards with 𝗊𝗶𝗃. Afterwards
I don't
with
know
𝗊𝗶𝗃.
I don't know what you're referring to with that.
I mean, that was the one time. It's not a track record. It's a one example. And to be fair, you got a lot of stuff wrong in your 𝗃eches video.
I did.
And you haven't made a follow up to it.
I asked Rosie if she wanted a follow up. She did not want a follow up. I respected that. I publicly made note of my mistakes elsewhere. Streams, mentions, and videos.
I don't know everything about that.
Okay. But you made pretty firm assertions just then, like you did.
I want y'all all to know I just lost a good portion of my brain cell. It's 11:39 here. And there's 2 hours of this. Wee.
Sorry.
No,
Hayden, go ahead.
all right, Mally.
No, affirmative search. God, she's so catty.
No, it's like there's no. Okay, you're saying he made a affirmative.
Sorry, can you guys just let Hayden say something? I kind of cut across them first, so sorry. Go ahead, Hayden.
I was gonna say, everybody just take a minute. We're Mally. Now you're the one who's getting off topic.
Yep, that was 100% on me. Sorry.
We don't need to go down that route. 𝗃eches isn't relevant right now. What happened with 𝗃eches isn't relevant. We are talking about what's happening right now. We should stick to this so that way we don't get too off track.
It was very much a low-hanging fruit example. My bad.
It was, and it wasn't cool. What we are going to do, I think, because I think we've retreaded the same answer about 5 or 6 times, and I don't think we're getting to a resolution. I think we should probably move on.
Okay. Is everyone else happy with that?
My apologies for my interjection.
Just one more thing. I would like to make it clear. I called out 𝗃𝗃 before the lolcow leaks happened, and that's...
I don't care. Move on.
We can continue.
And also, I just want to say, if you make a statement like you have a history of bending over and invoking weird sexual innuendos for the people when stuff like this happens, then, there's an issue with that.
And I agree, and I think there is an issue with that. Like I said, Mally, I think that was out of line.
Yeah, I got a bit out of pocket with that one. My bad.
Yeah, we don't...
We're both very heated. This is a very stressful conversation.
Right, so I think we should get back on topic. I think we should move forward, progress to the next part of this.
Alright, I'll play the next bit of the clip then.
I do apologize for the messages I sent to you as we were both going to VidCon. I'm not very good at talking through text, and after a Leo convoy pointed it out to me, I see that what I said was inappropriate, and I do apologize for that.
Alright, I do have to address this. When did you have this conversation with Lio?
Oh, let me actually check. I actually have to look back. Let me see here. I hope it was Leo man. Give me a minute. I'm still going up. Okay, I found it. It was between. What's the? Let me go back here. I believe August is the 8th month, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
August 4th through August 7th.
Okay. So you say that you realized it was inappropriate and that now you apologize. Why did you never apologize or come to me about it?
That's a good point. It's because you told me you didn't want me contacting you.
That happened on the 21st of August.
Wait, actually, let me double check. Let me check this. Oh shit, you're right. You're right. Holy fucking shit. Yep, she got me with that one.
It's not a gotcha, Jar. I'm asking you why.
No, you're huh?
I'm asking why.
Oh no. The moment. Gotcha. Banger. I'm sorry. This is some bullshit. Why am I here? Alright, let's continue.
I'm questioning your sincerity, essentially.
I was waiting for a time. But then, you know, things with oranges happened and other stuff started happening. And then there was also the video with Lin. I don't exactly remember when that came out, but I do believe it was before I made that tweet about you.
All right, just full disclosure. I don't know what the thing with oranges is. It's not my business. So are you saying that if the video with Lin came out... Oh, I don't know when that video came out, so 1 second, let me check.
Tell you, you can look up the day.
It came out on the 4th of August.
4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the reason you didn't come and tell me what you said was inappropriate? What's the reason you didn't apologize?
Sorry for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
Are you done?
Yep.
Okay. The thing is, I saw that. 3 days later, Leo Convoy told me what I said was inappropriate, and I wanted to talk to... I know you don't know about the thing with oranges, but there was something going on with him. I wanted to talk out with him first, and we did, and then I talked with Lin, and, you know, that whole message with you happening, not wanting to talk to me. My issue was that I didn't get... And not my issue. I mean, the issue that I did. I should have come to you sooner and told you, hey, sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, so there's no particular reason you didn't. You just, it wasn't that important. It wasn't top of the ledger. You forgot what.
I just explained it. There was a lot going on.
Okay, so it wasn't the priority.
No,
that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that it wasn't your priority at the time.
I had to get... I don't like the wording of that. I wanted to deal with other relationships first before I got to that. I can't do everything all at once. I have...
that's what I'm saying.
Hundreds of people who talk to me a day. I was going to get to it.
Yeah, we're agreeing with you on that.
Yeah.
You're right. The wording of that's a little shaky, but we're agreeing. We're not trying to.
You were busy. Is that better?
The point is you had other things that were more important than that in the moment, which is totally fine.
I was more saying that to clarify. It wasn't, you didn't come and say something to me because of the Lin video, which would have made it like, oh, I'm not going to offer the apology for what I did because I'm pissed, which would be worse.
No, that's an uncharitable interpretation again.
Well, no, again, that's why I asked why.
You're upset with me, so I wanted to wait for you to cool down first.
Yeah, no. We're not saying that's what you thought. We're saying we're making sure that that's not why, and you're saying it's not why. So we're telling you like, oh, okay, that's all right.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, we're not trying to interpret you uncharitably. We're telling you that's why we're asking.
Okay, all right. Well, assuming that's all true, just to clarify for Jar, because like these last few months have been incredibly stressful for him. He did intend to apologize.
He stresses me out. And this was back in 2023. Make this end. I'm about to jump off a cliff. Because this is fucking stupid. Why is he even still talking? You're still not a part of this fucking conversation, dumb shit. And yes, that's your nickname now, dumb shit.
Apologize to you. Because of those other situations, given that we have limited time, mental energy, etc., and the intersection of that and that everything had happened so recently that, you know, if this was as stressful as an event as I'm hearing about it being, it might have been wiser to wait a bit before immediately being back in her DMs.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I didn't even ask your pronouns. My apologies.
Oh, it's all fine. It's fine. We didn't do a pronoun check at the start. Yeah, she, her. You're fine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hayden's they, them as
we're
well.
all on the same. I'm she, they. No, it's fine. So
They,
then we're
them
all
is fine for me.
Okay.
Oh, So then we're all in the. So yeah, then we're all on the same page.
Okay. All right, we good to move on?
Yep.
Okay.
I guess so.
That being said, I don't think leaving a comment about you on Twitter and talking to people about what you did on Discord is even close to as bad as giving your credibility to a video that got over 10,000 views. Whichever way you slice it, you threw the first stone.
And we're back to this point again. Lin's video is a stone?
You...
No, I'm the stone. Okay, I'm sorry. I decided to jump in because I'm losing brain cells.
It's a figure of speech.
I know it's not a literal stone. I mean, is Lin's video an attack?
Okay, so... Give me a second here. Giving your credibility to it in a video that paints me the way Lin's video did, whether you agree with it or not, to me felt like the first attack. Like, that's where it all started. So, out of frustration, I said that on Twitter. In a joke in the moment.
Sorry, let me just circle back to the base question. Lin's video is an attack?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I literally just explained that she painted me in a very uncharitable light. Literally, the title is just robot is just awful, really. Literally calling me awful, and I haven't Googled the definition of awful in a while. I think we all know what the definition of awful is.
Well, no, I definitely agree it's a negative video on you. Does that mean that every video a commentator makes is an attack?
Saying that that is a good question, and I will answer that. I would say when I was doing my video against Daft, it was an attack. I mean, I guess there are some non-attacks, like, I mean, all I did was make a joke about you on Twitter, and that's when it all started. Oh, wait, what is it?
Okay, this is mixing words. Okay, attack or not, I think the crux of what both parties are trying to discuss is whether or not it was appropriate for Lin to make the video given the content and how it was narrated, and whether or not it was appropriate for Malware to contribute to it and then expect a certain chain of events to occur in a specific way. Does that sound more or less what we're trying to talk about, minus the stones and usage of attack?
No, I think I'm going to say, as a third voice in the room, I'm going to say we've had this conversation already.
Yeah, we don't want to go into too much. It's just, as we're going through the voice note, I kind of wanted to just touch on each thing as we went.
Yeah, we've cycled through this point already about how everyone in the room feels about Mally's involvement in Lin's video in and of itself. We don't need to retread this, is the point. I think that stopping here again is unnecessary. I think that at this point, any mention of like Mal's involvement in Lin's video, etc., I think we can just move past because we've already had this conversation.
Okay, well that's a good chunk of the rest of this voice note, so this should go by pretty quickly. There are a few other things I do want to stop on, but the actual video itself we can bypass.
We've already talked about this.
Can I just ask a minor question? Did we come to a concrete conclusion about that? And if, regardless of how you answer that,
Why are you still in this conversation? I'm gonna keep asking this until this video ends.
Would that be something that we discuss after the end of this, if you truly feel as if it should be banned from mention?
I think the consensus, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, is that we just don't agree. Jar sees it as an attack, a slight, a first stone, and I think that he's being a hypocrite. So I think that's where we land.
It's not hypocritical for you to do something that.
Well, no. We're not debating if I'm correct or not in that assertion. I'm just saying, is that where we land? Like, those are our opinions. We can argue the validity of my opinion later. I just want to make sure we're all on, understanding where we stand.
I think that's one place regarding that where we stand. That being said, I think it is relevant if we are also going to discuss whether or not it is okay for Jar to speak about you or reference you in any context, especially since he didn't reference it in the video, in the recording.
If Jar wants, let me make this very clear right now. If Jar wants to talk about me, that's fine. I can't put a gag order on someone fucking mentioning my name. I'm not Voldemort. I just won't have Jar spreading lies about
Not Voldemort. Love that.
about me. And also, I will make a public note that if Jar wants to take public shots at me, then I'm within my right to respond to those public shots.
Yes, and I'm in my right too. I just don't think I believe I lie about you anywhere.
We've already
been over this.
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
We've already.
Yeah, how about we just move on to the next part?
I think
That's something I've never really understood about you 𝘀𝗻𝗄 people. You seem to all really want
Why does he just single out a fucking group? What does that do?
me to leave you guys alone. Ever since it all started with Geeky Girl Heather, Lulu, and the others, well, they made the first couple of videos on me. In fact, come to think of it, back then I don't think I fought back at all. Doodletones and her friends wanted me to leave them alone, but she made the first video on me. Same with Junkie, Luke, 𝗃𝗄𝗃, and the list goes on.
So I do kind of have to ask this. Jar, where's my public shot at you? Is it just the being in Linlin's video?
And what shots have I taken at you? I made a tweet.
Talking about me in public Senate calls, saying that, again...
One public Senate call, one time.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Assuming that what I have been told is correct, and you've given me no reason to believe it isn't, saying that the reason I dislike you is because you were mean to 𝗏𝗏, which is untrue. which gives people the impression that I'm sympathetic towards someone who had kiddie porn, which you bring up later. So yeah, I would say I'm well within my rights to tell you to shut up when I hear stuff like that going around. Do you disagree?
I don't believe I don't. Oh, let's just continue. We could argue, but we've been through this song and dance so many times.
Well, no, I'm asking a different question now. Do you disagree? Like, for arguments, do you think?
If I lie about you, you can have a problem with me. I just don't think I have.
Okay, then we can move on.
Aside from maybe Daft, Kai, and Omnia, I kind of started it. If you guys want someone to not bother you, well, the first step is to not attack them first. Crazy concept, I know. I would love to affect your wishes and walk the other way, but that video is still up. I'm still receiving comments and harassment over it. Even if you guys take it down, well, it still happened. People remember it.
Again, we won't go into it. I just want to make a note of this. It's not a video. I can't take it down. I don't know why you're saying this to me.
I'm not asking you to take it down. You know what it is as well.
I know. That's why I said I'm just making a note of it. Yeah, we're just reestablishing bullet points. Other things. The summary. Okay.
Maybe I could respond to it, but how much hate would you and Linlin get if I did that? To give you some perspective, I responded to Doodle Tones roughly over half a decade ago. I was a little guy back then. She's still receiving harassment to this day.
Now, this is something you responded to in another voice note when I made note of, oh, so you're trying to intimidate me. You say that wasn't your intent. I don't believe you. You might as well be sitting there stroking a white cat being like, it'd be a shame if something happened to your little YouTube channel if I spoke about you. Let me finish.
Okay.
Like I said.
God. I agree with Mally. I do not believe him 100%. I think that had malicious intent. Shoot. This is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
You tell me that was not your intent. I don't believe you. You can say that as much as you want. That's not going to change the fact I don't believe you, because you immediately responded with, I knew you were going to take that as a threat. I knew you were going to twist my words. If you knew it, why'd you say it?
No. You're misunderstanding me. I knew no matter what I sent, you would twist it or say it was a threat. That's what I said in the second voice call. You're purposely misrepresenting what I said back then. I showed this to 𝘂𝗵𝗄. He told me to change the ending of it. That was the only part that sounded threatening to him. I showed this to other people. Another person, they said it didn't sound threatening. Someone else in Senate.
You made this.
I think you're just grasping at straws saying it's threatening when it really isn't.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of...
What? Maybe go back a few seconds.
Say that wasn't your intent. I don't believe you. You might as well be sitting there stroking a white cat being like, it'd be a shame if something happened to your little YouTube channel if I spoke about you. Let me finish.
Okay.
Like I said, you tell me that was not your intent. I don't believe you. You can say that as much as you want. That's not going to change the fact I don't believe you, because you immediately responded with, I knew you were going to take that as a threat. I knew you were going to twist my words. If you knew it, why'd you say it?
No. You're misunderstanding me. I knew no matter what I sent, you would twist it or say it was a threat. That's what I said in the second voice call. You're purposely misrepresenting what I said back then. I showed this to 𝘂𝗵𝗄. He told me to change the ending of it. That was the only part that sounded threatening to him. I showed this to other people. Another person, they said it didn't sound threatening. Someone else in Senate.
You made this.
I think you're just grasping at straws saying it's threatening when it really isn't.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of... You made this by committee?
Oh my god, no, I had other people look it over. Stop it with the whole committee thing. I have people look things over.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
okay. Sorry,
so
that's not even a point against you. I just think that's funny as hell. But please go on.
I don't exactly see what's humorous about that, because what we're looking at is an interaction where he's trying to reach out to you, but is worried that you may find a narration in which you can present it as threatening. So it lends credibility to his case that he goes to other people and asks them beforehand. That way, he is opening himself up to criticism and making sure that multiple...
But he doesn't take criticism. He doesn't. He went after fucking Mally because she said something about whatever the fuck it was. A thumbnail. All over a fucking thumbnail. He opens up himself to criticism, but he doesn't even take the criticism. Oh my god. Mind fucking blown. Oh my god, it's 12 a.m.
Minds.
Just so we're clear.
Any potential, I am not done.
Sorry, it's just you're kind of arguing a point I didn't make. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I just think it's funny.
Or not. I'm not. No, what I'm arguing, to be clear, is Jar's intention. I don't care what point you are making right now. The point I am making right now is that Jar, very clearly, regardless of what you are going to say in the future, was concerned that you may find a way to interpret it as a threat or hostile. So to ensure that there was no potential or limited potential.
But it still was interpreted as hostile. And the fact that you're fucking in here uninvited is also fucking hostile. You want to know why? Because you literally do not know Mally at all. So your conflict of interest is backing your friend JR while you're sitting on your fucking ass and making a fucking argument to somebody you don't even fucking know. My god, shut the fuck up.
For any ammunition to be given, for any potential way that he could come across as threatening, in both good faith and also protecting himself, he made that choice.
Okay. Alright, if you're just making a note of that for, I guess,
I am making
history?
it known because people will be seeing this. Sorry, I didn't
Well, hold on. People will be seeing this. Who is people?
People will be seeing this. Yeah, I'm seeing this too. And by the way, you going after Mally like that is fucking disgusting. And the fact that you're even in this fucking conversation is fucking disgusting. Get your facts straight. You weren't even invited to this.
People.
I have this recorded in case something gets left out. We all have the call. I don't have any plans to release this to the public.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Calm down, Professor.
I got heated. What I'm trying to say is that both of, obviously these things are recorded, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a low trust situation until we're able to establish, that type of goodwill. So, in the event that you do choose to narrate the event in any way that's disingenuous, I am covering these bases because I know him personally and I am aware of that.
Again, that's where my argument of conflict of interest comes in. You weren't invited to this fucking argument because you have a conflict of interest. Actually, you weren't even a mention to either of them. To Mally, even. You want to know how disrespectful that is? Very fucking disrespectful, you dumb shit.
That part of the situation enough to say, this is why. So it doesn't matter what you believe or you say or you're arguing. I am just making that clear.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say, as a third party who has also listened to this voice note, I actually have a median opinion. I do and can totally understand why Mally would perceive it as threatening. However, I disagree with Mally. I agree with Jar in that I don't think that was intentional. I don't think you were intentionally trying to threaten her, but I can totally see why somebody would think so.
It's just when you get to the ending, I don't see how it could be seen as threatening. It's the very end.
I've listened to the whole thing.
I don't think the whole note is threatening.
Wait, you listened to it?
Yes.
Yeah, I listened to the whole thing.
So Mally is spreading this around, okay.
Heaton is in our call. Heaton is in our call, and I sent Heaton the context of this call.
Also, if it makes you feel any better, Mally didn't send it to me. Lio did.
Did I not send it? Did I not send it?
Yes. That is my bad.
No, you did as well. But yeah, when I was asked to join the call, Lio also asked me to be here, and Lio sent it to me so I would know what was going on.
And
Understood. I jumped to a conclusion there.
There are two things that we have to cover very quickly. First of all, I also don't intend to make a public thing of this at all. That's stupid. This is dumb. Second of all, yeah.
Until now, as you're going down the tubes, JR. You can honestly blame yourself for that. You're welcome. Had to make sure you acknowledge that.
Like, I'm totally fine with you spreading this behind the scenes. I don't give a shit. You can show whoever. I'm going to be showing it to, like, my mates. I don't mind that. It's just the public stuff I don't like. And also, I mean, we're not gonna get up in arms about, oh, sharing private DMs, because Jar and I have both shared our private DMs, so I don't particularly care.
Wait. Well, in this call we have, I meant, like, posting private DMs on Twitter.
No,
because, like,
no, God, no.
Yeah, and we've all...
Oh god, he foreseen his fucking end. Wow, what a turn of events.
Yeah, because what happened, I know you probably don't care, but before I talked to Oranges, I sent him a DM to talk things out, and he immediately sent it out, and that made the situation harder to contain, but luckily we contained it. I just don't want to have a repeat of that. I don't care if you care about the Oranges situation, just saying that happened. I don't want things to escalate.
Right.
And I wanted to clarify from earlier as well. Like I said, I did listen to the whole thing, which is why I definitely think you weren't doing it on purpose. I think it was, I think it was, having listened to the whole thing, I understand why it would be perceived that way, but this is a case where, having listened to the whole thing, I think that was an accident.
Understood.
And I will offer a criticism to Jar, and that I will say, yes, I could see, like, you know, if you hadn't spoken to this person really before, right, how it could be interpreted as that, especially, you know, like, if you were already, like, in an anxious state of mind at the time that you know, that happens, you're not the same, how do you want to be referred to as? I wasn't paying attention. Was it Molly, Malware, Millie?
Just Mal is fine. Mally, okay. Either's fine.
Okay, Mal or Mally. Okay, so Mal, you're not the same Mal that you were yesterday or a week ago. Could have been in a very anxious state when he said that, and could have spiraled as a result of that. These things happen in some of these cases. No one is in particular to blame. Sometimes there is, but, you know, like, yeah, Jar, you know, has struggled in the past with making sure that his wording is right on these things. The dyslexia does affect him. The autism does affect him. Yes, I am aware that there may be other people in this call who have that, but I don't think oh, well, you know, this person also has this thing, why aren't you like them, is a good argument. So yeah, I will say that is something that I do intend to work with Jar in the future on, and, you know, Lyle does work with him as well on it. It is something we're actively working on. I truly hope that, having been given all this information and you now being made aware, presuming that you weren't already, of the fact that Jar did go and ask other people beforehand, as he was so worried about it. I might have had different reasons for asking on top of that, but as he's explained, he was very worried about coming across that way. I do hope that changes the context in which you may have felt those anxieties and fears around them, because from at least my understanding, you guys shared somewhat of a long friendship where you were on
friendly.
We were co-workers.
There was good will.
Acquaintance,
yeah,
co-workers, that's about it.
Co-workers. Yeah, that's a good thing.
If that's how we're describing it now, that's fine. I just hope that maybe that helps, because this really is like one of those situations where it's just a kind of like needless like destruction for what ultimately did end up being a misunderstanding.
Yeah, in this particular case, I absolutely believe that, yeah.
I don't. I understand why you guys, I understand why he believes that, I understand why Job believes that, says that, whatever. It doesn't change my outlook on it.
That's fair enough. As far as it extends, is, you don't have to believe it. It's just, I wanted to provide my insight as well, in that I just, again, for the sake of keeping an unbiased third opinion here.
Alright, can we move on?
Yep.
Jar.
Jar?
They want you to,
wait, what?
I'm asking if we can move on.
Can you?
Oh no!
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
there you are.
Okay, I was saying yes, and then I realized you guys couldn't hear me.
Okay.
So
Discord exploded. Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
She didn't say every single person who buys a Harry Potter game is a transphobe.
Oh
I
wait,
want to make that
check
clear.
on the machine.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. All right, you good?
Yep. Guy back then, she's still receiving harassment to this day. And she didn't say every single person who buys a Harry Potter game is a transphobe.
I'd like to make a quick note. Susie pretty much shares the same opinion as Linlin on this, so that's kind of funny. I don't think you saw the video where they discussed it, but just making a note of that.
A little bit of it. I haven't finished it, but a discussion with Dual Tones we'll have another time. I will leave her alone until her health is better.
Cool. Right. Okay. Cool. Moving on.
I want to make that clear. What are the issues you guys have with me? I did an accent. I don't think buying a video game makes you a bigot. I changed a thumbnail that you guys asked me to because somehow that thumbnail would have given him a chance to make a comeback even though he no longer had a platform?
Alright, again, we've kind of covered this in passing. I am not the community. I don't know why you're saying this to me. I don't know what the accent thing was about. I was confused enough about this. I thought they were referring to the weird Russian accent thing that you did at VidCon that I was not there for. Apparently it had to do with the Jamaican video or whatever. I don't know. The point is, you're saying you guys. I am not you guys. I don't know why you're directing this at me.
I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but if you're not part of this, it's fine. It's going to make it in my way.
Yeah, I don't understand this entire fucking argument.
In addition, by mentioning, he makes you aware of it and allows you the opportunity to explore the investigation.
I don't know about it, sir. Again, you're saying these issues that I have with him, and I know you're talking about.
I understand that. I didn't make this public. That's why I wanted to say in private, because I know everything going on. I probably should have been up there, but when I see you guys in the 𝘀𝗵𝗃 because like I've been dealing with harassment on off for several years. It's always the same community.
Okay, I just want to make clear. I'm not the 𝘀𝗃. I don't know every brownie I've ever in person. I have no input in this. I would prefer if you don't lump me in with this nebulous them. I am not part of whatever weird rogue gallery you have.
It's basically so you have to go there to say thing. That's rogue. That's rogue.
Yeah, but why was it huge rogue galleries?
Oh my god.
Yes, the whole capital. So I got rogue gallery. They got to deal with the great.
Okay, just to clarify, right? There was this, there was Cindy has but this back and forth earlier conversation about whether or not you are entitled to install or entitled to this or that. And you're having one. We are finally, getting rid of ambiguity. I think that is what Jar is asking. I understand that you are not obligated to GCM. That really is and known is. However, I don't want to live in a world where you only do the minimum they're obligated to do. And as public figures, choosing not to. So in certain cases, can leave that up to interpretation. Okay, well, why did they not want to especially insert? Which I'm not saying that you are necessarily at fault for choosing not to. What I'm saying is that Jar figures that me and if you felt it anyway, I'm using your voice, lie with it. There are options. I think things will go on there. People have some consistent communication and just like text me because it work one way or another.
That would be nice. So I was saying that would be nice. I because I know that Jaws take on me on the face. It is very much not 𝘃𝗃. I just didn't want to, and I know it's okay. You can only maybe like what given I was A at the table and B like I didn't have time for Jar. I don't know to make this time for Jar. I'm afraid of Jar and Voice Call. We were talking about you the gun thing, but I know you didn't intend it to come across that way. But I'm just going to make it here. It came across that way.
We'll talk about we'll talk about that later. Let's just
okay.
Yeah, we'll continue.
We'll put a pin in it, because this next bit I feel is going to get a little hated on my half because I am furious about this. But let's continue.
And I made EDP jokes about a guy who had the nudes of a 13-year-old on his desk drive. But I guess you do care a lot about this situation. Question, where's your video on him?
Question, why the fuck would I make a video on 𝘃𝗏?
Double the question, why the fuck does it matter? God, like, does this mean I have to make a fucking video about a guy that I don't know, doesn't really fucking matter to me? No, it doesn't. Because by this point, he's irrelevant. And by this point, this is also irrelevant. Oh my god. If somebody doesn't want to fucking talk about somebody else, then they don't have to feel obligated to, you dumb shit. All of y'all are dumb as shits, except for 𝗏𝗟 and the other voice of reasoning. Not Professor Dreadlock, he's still a dumb shit.
This was something 𝘁𝗵𝗃 brought to me because 𝘁𝗵𝗃 is suspicious about this as well. And I want to know like why all these people had a problem and said, oh no, 𝘃𝗏 will use this thumbnail to make a comeback. Like they really care, but they won't like talk about this in a video like what they did. I'm like, I can't tell who's a friend with them or not. I was just talking about the thumbnail thing and not like you not making a video but also care about the thumbnail. And also you made a video on 𝘃𝗏 with Malware. I mean, I'm like fucking crucial art. And a few other people. I'm not saying you're obligated to make a video on anyone. However, what I am saying is that if you're so concerned about thumbnail, like I would like to know why. And it's not just you, it's like Harley and a lot of other people. Like finally Orange just made a video, but it just rubs me the wrong way and I want to know what's up with that. Like why do everybody care so much about my thumbnail but won't? It doesn't really worry to call 𝘃𝗏 out. It just seems really weird to me.
Alright, let's go down the ledger of why. There's kind of like three main things that are wrong with this. First of all, again, I am not the community. Stop treating us as a monolith like I have any say in what everyone else is doing. I don't appreciate that very much. Secondly, so it is your opinion on not just parroting something that Lio has an issue with? Yes?
Yeah, see, he brought it up to me in the call we had with Linlin, and I was like, yeah, that is kind of weird how no one... They cared so much about the thumbnail, but didn't care. Aside from Linlin. Linlin doesn't count, obviously, and recently Oranges has recently made a video about it.
Okay. Do you know why I bothered to comment on that thumbnail? Can you take a guess?
You didn't like the joke in it.
Yes, but do you know why I bothered to comment on it? There's lots of things I don't like that people do in commentary and I don't say anything. You could just say you don't know if you don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
It's because previously,
I do know, but like I'm getting tired.
Okay, let me answer it for you then. Because previously, you and I did have a cordial relationship. We were work buddies, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I made that comment because I was trying to help you. Yes, I did not like the thumbnail. Yes, I was a bit aggressive about it. But the only reason I said anything was because in the past, I had critiqued you before, and sometimes you took it. I would not make that comment on something of Spoctor's because Spoctor and I have never had a relationship, positive or negative. Does that make sense?
Are they in this?
They are in the same, technically, but like the thing about Spoctor is, as far as I'm aware, they've never interacted. At least as far as I'm aware.
For clarity,
I'm gonna take this one because I make a point about it. Yeah, I want to make a point about this real quick. There's lots of people who share a community and disagree. There's lots of people in the SCC where I still consider myself a member who, just because we are in the same community, it doesn't mean that I like them. A perfect example of this was 𝘁𝗄𝗏 more or less rejoined the SCC, and I didn't fucking like 𝘁𝗏.
Well, who does?
But yeah.
Yeah, that is
what I'm trying to clarify for Dread is that for the most part, as far as I know, if there is, I'm not fucking sure, but like as far as I know, it's not a case of the 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃 is defined by a friend group. It is people defined by a genre of content. So, yeah, I have spoken to quite a few people who are in the 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃 because I'm making content on Spoctor as well, because I was affected by it. And most of them, a good chunk of them, responded with, I had never spoken to the guy, I didn't know him, I didn't hang out with him. I know like 2 people I've spoken to have actually spoken to him in the past. One of them is Ponder, the other is Harley.
And just so, because I heard Dread asking in the background what my relation with Spoctor is, I have spoken to Spoctor exactly one time, and it was to try and tell him that his DID video was bad. That is the extent of my interaction with Spoctor.
And it was pretty bad.
It wasn't so much.
Damn, what the fuck? I just let them talk for that entire time. I don't really have much of a comment on that, or a reaction. I truthfully don't know. I really don't know. And I mean, oh my god, it may take somebody to just simply put it into simple terms of, this happened with Spoctor A, B, C, and D, and I'll probably understand and be like, oh, okay. And then never probably even remember it 5 years from now.
Much a question as to like what your relationship of any was. It was whether or not you two were in the same community, which is why I wanted to quickly roll back to that question, because the reason that it is being brought up now is because this wasn't just a person who happened to be in the same community that we are choosing to define as being a genre. At the end of the day, the points of separation in the commentary community are not thick. They are much more so like membranes, and that is not to say that you have more of an association with Spoctor. It's more so that this wasn't like kind of just some no-named individual. This was Spoctor, and this was Spoctor with that stuff in his possession, amongst other things. I mean, we don't need to go into, we understand. So I think it's reasonable to question the priorities in that case. That is not to say that she is compliant with his behavior in full, but more so if this discussion did happen, then it might be due diligence to make a video about the Spoctor situation.
Awesome.
Okay, well,
I violently disagree with everything you just said, but sorry, Hayden, go ahead.
Let me, because this is something I've talked about with a couple other people, and here's the point I'd like to make. Jar.
Yes.
Do you think what he said about me in his video on Junkie was wrong?
Who?
Spoctor.
Oh, absolutely.
Why didn't you make a video on it when it came out?
I get that. I don't agree with Dread here. I was giving him a chance to come.
Yeah, that's my point.
Can I just interject very quickly? It's fucking insane to suggest that everyone in the commentary needs to talk about everything that tangentially happens in commentary. Like, A, we don't know about all about. B, it's not our. Sorry, Heaton, you go ahead.
Yeah, you're not saying that. The point that I'm trying to make to assess a midpoint is that in the same vein is that when Jar was making drama content and Spoctor was making drama content, he saw later that what happened to me was wrong, but didn't say anything at the time because it wasn't a priority, because it wasn't his circus, it wasn't his monkeys, and I have feelings about that personally. So I get where Jar's coming from on this one, but this is a case of, in my case, because I want to make this value clear for the sake of transparency, because I'm a moderator here, I think you should have. I think everybody should have. And I don't necessarily disagree with Jar on this one. I think that the art community as a whole, when things were proven to be factually true, should have said something sooner. I think that people like
to cover this. Am I expecting let's say a big drama commentary person like Swoop. I watch Swoop. Swoop is very into like making a documentary, researching all the drama, going deep dives, all of that. Am I gonna expect her to go into the art commentary community and immerse herself into this particular Spoctor thing? No, I don't expect her to. Why? Because it's a choice. It's a choice whether or not somebody wants to make a video on this something, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. It's a choice whether or not the content creator wants to make it more publicized. And I mean, that should be the content creator's choice and not, that. I mean, if the content creator asks for viewers' opinions on what they want them to see and to talk about, then maybe they can. And maybe that could be a different point of view. But I don't know. Any of these
maybe a little
arguments
bit like
are
Mal
kind of stupid in my
should
opinion.
have noticed that behavior and those things sooner and should have said something.
It's a choice whether
and
or
they
not
did.
to make
Some of them said something behind closed doors.
Creation
some of them didn't.
Of
and
said arguments.
But that is an issue to bring up with every person individually. And because Mally was not directly involved with a lot of the Spoctor oranges, shit, like Mally Carly, didn't know him, didn't talk to him, didn't do whatever, her voice is not one that's important.
And I will just add to that so I make clear why that I don't have a Spoctor video.
That's fine.
First of all, that's not what my content is. I don't do call-out content. I barely do drama content. I've got like the Vault video, and then I'm going back to my Dream SMP shit. I had nothing to add to that conversation. I had no new information. I had no unique takes. I would have just been regurgitating what Rosie and Lio said and pointing to their videos. I don't have a larger or a unique audience from either of them. They already reached everyone that I could have reached. Realistically, if I made a video on Spoctor, I would have just been saying, hey, here's Rosie's video in a new coat of paint. And I don't make that kind of content.
Exactly. I guess what I said was a bit out of pocket, but I wasn't trying to make the assertion that you were trying to defend him. I found it weird, not just for you, and I'm not trying to. In fact, I'm way more sus about Harley than you by far. Let me make that clear. But I just found it weird, and I just would like to know why. And now I know why from you. And I guess I should have been more careful with what I said there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, moving on.
I apologize for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Okay, cool.
We're almost done.
Mal, I understand you're new to being a public figure. Everything you say and do, well, it will be brought up. You're not a small person anymore. What you say has consequences. As much as you guys try to gaslight me...
I'm just gonna pause there. Again, making note of it. Same goes to you, Jar. Linlin can say stuff that you said publicly. We've already talked about this. Just making a note of it. again.
Yep, just making a note of it.
Yep.
I don't want to go over this again.
Yeah.
We've made our
Good.
notes.
Moving forward.
Yep.
Saying, Jar, you know you're actually the one in the wrong here. No, I don't. I've been in plenty of dramas before, all of which I've won, and I've heard the same lines over and over and over again.
Again, I don't know who you're quoting or paraphrasing here. Sure as shit couldn't be me. I don't know why it's in here. I also don't like the idea of you winning dramas like this is a game. That's kind of cringe. Just wanted to...
I want to jump in on that. The fact that he keeps, like, reiterating all the dramas that he has won is actually pretty fucking disgusting. I just want to make that note because it's stupid. If I wanted to say all the, what's it called, arguments that I had won with all of my exes, then, I mean, yeah, I probably have won none of those. Quite honestly, most of those arguments just went one way or the other. Either way, it was just dealt with. So, why winning arguments is important, I don't know. I guess he's apparently pretending to be a lawyer and is trying to win every fucking, win a fucking case against everybody. I guess he's from Ace Attorney, but is not Phoenix Wright. Gosh darn, he fucking sucks.
To say my value on that.
Hang on, Dread.
Sorry, no, it's alright. I was just saying my value. You can respond to that.
Okay, so hang on. Can I say something?
Okay, I just wanted to quickly say some people treat it as a game. A lot of people have treated it as a game with Jar, like photoshopping, like screenshots of him talking to a dirty, like they think it's a game.
That's a crime.
Yeah, that's
right, it
not
is
a game.
Crime. But yes, I understand. But that is not the same thing as saying they weren't seeing it as a game, because they were. You can commit a crime and make light of it.
Yeah, and you can have a correct value and make light of a serious situation as well.
Those aren't mutually exclusive.
I'm trying to say is,
go ahead.
I also think this might have been out of pocket because of on my end, because like again, and I make this public. I was just sending this to you, but like I did see a lot of comments saying, "Oh, Jar, you know why you're in the wrong," and Harley said that. I don't remember everyone who was talking about that. I probably misremembered you saying this. But again, I didn't make this public. I just send this to you to listen to. But like I have constantly heard like, oh, Jar, you're actually the one in the wrong here. It's like it's cringe. And as much as you're saying it's cringe that this is a game and I won all of them or whatever, I don't usually seek out dramas. Aside from the Daft one and a handful of others, I don't usually start it. I desperately try to find a middle ground with a person, but then it becomes me or the other person, and I always choose me. And I don't know, maybe I'm just really good at drama. I don't think I am. I think I just get really stupidly lucky constantly, to be perfectly honest.
I do agree with that.
Like, I don't want to. My point I'm trying to make is I don't want to have a drama with you.
Wonderful. Yeah. Let's finish out, because that's kind of the note this ends on, which I also want to talk about.
Want to also
yes.
add that it's a little more than just wonderful, right? What he's trying to establish.
It doesn't need a fucking explanation, you dumb shit. They were trying to move on. Every time you are fucking bringing up shit, you stay on that topic. Oh my god, just shut your fucking mouth. You weren't even a part of this fucking argument or this fucking discussion in the fucking first place. I don't know how many times I have said that in this fucking video. I am getting sick and tired of opening my mouth to that fact. My fucking god.
Is that a lot of this stuff is truly unnecessary, and if you do have malicious intent, which he has no way of knowing regardless of what you claim, that it's kind of a fruitless endeavor to just go out of it out of malice. Like if there's an actual issue that relates to values, that's completely understandable, but if it were the case that it wasn't out of values and out of something else, then I think he was trying to kind of lead you in the direction of, like, there's no point in going down that route. I think that's what it really was.
I kind of have more to say about that sort of side of things once the final 4 seconds of this play, so I'll just play that.
Okay, I won't talk about you if you won't talk about me. Deal? Hello,
Jar, question. Why are we here right now?
I don't know. I thought this would be the end of it. You would have been like, okay, I'll leave you alone, Jar. You leave me alone, and then we're done. I thought.
All right, let me. Sorry, I feel like you're thinking of the broader. Why are we here? Why are we here today? Why did I send you that message yesterday or the day before? What was the catalyst of this conversation?
Something Sunny told
No.
me. That I said, I guess. But...
No. You don't get to push off responsibility because someone else relayed something that you did.
Oh my god, I am tired of her doing this. She does this constantly. Okay, this is okay. She's doing this. Mal, you're doing this fucking on purpose. You're doing this fucking on purpose, and you fucking know it.
What am I doing?
Okay, I am getting tired of this uncharitable interpretation. Okay, you're not.
He doesn't get to do what? Is she an authority figure over?
Yeah. I'm not pushing responsibility onto Sunny. Sunny told you something I said, and that's why we're here. I'm not trying to push responsibility onto Sunny. That is a very uncharitable interpretation. And
that is how I'm interpreting it.
And I'm getting very frustrated with it.
Then allow me to tell you exactly how I interpret it. You say, we're here because Sunny told you something that I said. That puts the onus on Sunny being the one that brought it to me. Ideally, if I thought you were acting in good faith, you would have said, I said something, me, because that's what caused this, because you were talking about me publicly and it got back to me. Do you understand that?
Assuming all the things that you're assuming, sure.
Assuming it was all true that Sunny told you, then yes.
Professor Dreadlock, just fucking shut up! I'm getting tired of fucking hearing your voice. Oh my god, you infuriate me because you do not have any fucking reason to be in that fucking conversation, ignorant prick.